All right, hey.
Hello.
Welcome Before the Growl. I'm John. This is Marcas Grant.
Hello.
Nice enough to fill in for Mace today. That's Emily Hebel, and the man walking into the studio in his Chargers hoodie is Brian Cohen. He's fully embracing the fact that the Chargers could not have looked worse last night. But they didn't play anybody.
Right, I
That's
watched
good news for you.
one play, and I think Herbert only played 3. So
yeah.
about it.
Yeah,
That's all you need.
it was not good. All right, Em, explain this game.
All right, so got a game. It's kind of similar to like Heads Up, but it's about a number. So John has been given a number. He's going to put it on his forehead. You'll be able to see it on the YouTube. And you're going to ask us yes or no questions about your number to try to decipher what your number is.
Okay, and so am I holding it up correctly?
All right, can you all see what the number is?
Yes.
Okay.
Show the YouTube.
Right there.
Got it.
I don't know what it is.
All right.
Brian, is the number less than 50?
Yes.
Oh, let's ask like not less than or more than, but more of like things about the number.
Okay. Emily, is this number in the NFL a quarterback number? Or is there any quarterback in the NFL who's ever worn this number?
I don't know off the top of my head, but it would not look weird on a quarterback.
Okay. Marcus, is this number in the teens?
Yes.
Brian, is this number the same number that Josh Allen wears in Buffalo? Do you know what number Josh Allen
I
wears?
believe so. I think it is. Yes, I think so.
All right, I'll do another one. Is it or Marcus, you'll know this. You might know this, Em. Is it the same number of championships currently won, NBA titles, currently won by the Lakers?
Yes.
17.
Yay! Good job.
Long.
Yeah, good job. Okay. All right. Who do you want to go next?
You.
Okay, I'll do it. All right. So you all see the number.
Yep.
Number. YouTube sees the number. Okay. Is this number?
Who are you asking?
I'm asking Marcus.
Okay.
Actually, no, I'm asking John. If I dated somebody this number, would you be shocked?
Beyond shocked.
Okay.
Yeah.
That is
Hard yes. Yeah.
Okay, Brian. Is this number? If you had this many siblings, would
Very.
okay. I think okay. Marcus. Should you retire at this age?
Yes.
That's good.
Yes.
All right. Is this? I don't know if you know Is this a funny number? Like,
I
do
know
people
where you're
say
going.
nice?
No.
Okay, got it. So it's not 69. Okay. So it was yes to retirement?
Yes.
Okay. Is this number worn by, could it be like, is it an offensive lineman wears this number?
Yes.
Okay. So it's like is it in the 60s?
Yes.
Okay. Is it 67?
No.
Okay. So, that would have been a funny number because it could be 67. All right. Okay, John, is it 65?
No.
Okay. Is it, I'm just going to keep on asking 60s, I guess. Is it 62?
No.
61?
No.
Okay. 68.
Yes.
Yay! I guessed every number but 68. Yeah.
Was you went to 69 and you
Yes.
went to 67.
Right.
Yes,
Skipped
I just
over.
skipped over the one in the middle. Okay, got
Much
it.
like your other game that
Yes.
we played last week. These are excellent games to play in a car on a long road trip.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Yes. I mean, I see that you talk about Heads Up. Like, I see a lot of that at Disneyland with
Yes.
people doing
Right. I see it all the time.
the Disney characters or the movies and that
That
sort
is
of thing.
the most downloaded app at Disney besides the Disney app, I feel.
Probably.
like,
How do you
people are-
play that game Engine where you put a playing card, like a card out of a deck, and you put it up, and then I think you just
It's probably similar to this,
Yeah.
where it's just like, but you have more number possibilities, I think, when you just go 1 to 100. The reason I brought it up, I saw a TikTok of this couple doing this game, and they both had the number on their head, and his number was 30. And he asked her, if I had to, could I eat this many McChickens? She said, yes. And he said, and then when he realized how much, because he asked, like, if I hit this many threes in a game, would it be amazing? She's like, yeah. He's like, this would be generational, hitting 30 threes in a game, 90 points. And so he's like, you thought I could eat 30 McChickens? So that's why I think sometimes the like funny personal questions are a good one to ask.
Yeah, you're right though. If we do that again, I shouldn't be able to ask. You did it once and I did it once.
Yes.
We shouldn't be able to ask numerical questions.
Yes, you can't ask, is it a 60? Is it a
right? Is it less than 50?
Yes.
Yeah.
It
that
has to
type
be
of thing.
something else. That I think I like the position groups because you have to understand what a position group's number is. Sometimes there's outliers in that, but I couldn't remember.
All right.
Yeah.
Let me throw this out there since I don't know if we'll get to it in the main show, and we talked about it yesterday. Brian, this is more tailored towards you. I've been advocating just get rid of the NFL preseason. I think it's a waste of time. I think it's a money grab. DeMarco argued yesterday, no, you need it because you can't simulate live action. Mark, as I said, what about the dual practices that they all do? That they're going 100% there. He said, yeah, it's just different. Brian, your team played last night. No Derwin James, no Khalil Mack, almost no Justin Herbert, no Amarian Hampton. Most of the receivers didn't play. And you said you only watched one play.
Right.
So what are we doing?
I know why, because the most watched game was the Chiefs-Rams preseason game, and it had over 2 million viewers for a preseason game. And
Well, not only that, the Hall of Fame game. You've been to that, right?
I've never been to the Hall of Fame game. I've been to the Hall of Fame.
Okay.
But never the
The Hall of Fame game did a higher rating than any baseball game so far this year and any game in the NHL playoffs.
Gambling.
Right.
That's exactly why.
Well, and that's
if you're
why.
gambling on preseason, it's like you don't even know these guys.
Doesn't matter.
No,
There's a lot of degenerates
so,
out there.
Shout out Dave Bryan, longtime political reporter, just retired over at KCBS KCAL. One day I'm in Vegas. I'm going out there for like a bachelor party in August. And I run into Dave, and I said, what are you doing? He goes, I'm going to Vegas to bet NFL preseason. And I said, why don't you just roll your window down and throw the money out the window? He goes, no. Here's what you don't know. He goes, some coaches don't even try and win these games. They don't care. I would argue Sean McVay.
So you bet the under.
No. So you just take the other team. He goes, where some teams, new coaches in particular, need to win. But if we would have done that, if we would have bet against the Rams in game one, we would have lost. They beat the Chiefs because neither one of those coaches cared. Like I would imagine tomorrow or Saturday, tomorrow, Kellen Moore needs to win more than Sean McVay does, right?
I don't think anybody needs to win.
I don't either.
I think everybody should wager responsibly. That's my takeaway.
I'm with DeMarco. Like, I think NFL preseason is good and necessary, and the league and the teams have made it trash. But the flip side to that is the same people, a lot of the same people who say it's useless and we should get rid of it, will also be some of the same people who in week 1 and 2 are like, this game looks sloppy. Why does it look like these teams just met in the parking lot?
How about this? And then we got to go. BC, you have to go now. But how about this, Marcus? I'm Players Association. You're owners. Okay. I say to you, I'll give you an 18th game, regular season game, which is what you really want, in exchange for one preseason game. That's all teams are going to play. One, and grass fields. Is that a fair trade?
Maybe for the players, not for the fans, but I think that's probably what we're going to get. At least the one preseason, 18 regular season games.
Yeah,
that's happening
probably.
Anyway.
All right. Show starts in 1 minute. See you then.
The right play, fast. Call an audible on your debt today at SoFi.com/debt play. Loans originated by SoFi Bank N.A. Member FDIC. Terms and conditions apply. NMLS 696891. Fast funds terms apply at SoFi.com/debt play.
Evan Cohen here. In sports, anyone can say they're the best. The actual best? They prove it. That's what I like about Midas. When you buy tires at Midas with paid installation, you get their limited lifetime tire guarantee included at no extra cost. That includes flat repairs or flat replacements and tire rotations every 5,000 miles. That's confidence you can drive on, mile after mile, because the best don't just say it, they back it up. Midas, the best around.
The home of Rams football. And now the home of The Rich Eisen Show. Weekdays 9 a.m. to noon. KSPN Los Angeles. A Good Karma Brands radio station.
ESPN 710 Los Angeles. sports.
And it is the biggest show on the radio. Mason and Ireland is on for your Friday afternoon.
Mason, Ireland, best show on the radio.
Here we go, Feel Good Friday and F It Friday on this 21st of August, 2026. Johnny I's here, John Ireland, the voice of the Lakers, and sitting in for Mace from NFL Network, the fantasy guru, Marcas Grant. By the way, you'll hear Marcus and producer Emily tomorrow as part of the Rams broadcast team for preseason game number 2. Coverage begins at 11 a.m. The Rams host the New Orleans Saints at SoFi. Meanwhile, we got Wilbert Flores in for producer Brian Cohen, the social team in the back, and you as we get ready for the weekend with sports talk and fun and frivolity, sucker.
You ever seen Larson in person?
No, I have not.
Might change your mind when you do.
No, it wouldn't. It would solidify exactly what I'd expect.
She sat next to Michael and I. We were doing a game in Chicago once, and I got distracted. Man, that woman is something else.
Let's do it. The biggest show on the radio.
So with that said, let's get this going.
Mason and Ireland. Your Friday afternoon in the South Fayette right now.
Good afternoon. Thank you, Chris Morales, for that fancy open. You got one thing wrong. Brian Cohen is here.
I'm here.
Back in the South. How you doing, BC?
Doing good.
And then M's here. And lucky enough to have Marcas Grant. I always love working with Marcus because he, like me, has 17 jobs.
Yep.
Hosts the Blue Review, works at the NFL Network, moonlights over here. So we're going to cover it all today. We're going to cover the latest on the Lakers sale, latest on the Dodgers, and we're going to start with preseason football. It is now in full swing. Last night, the Raiders lost in Houston to the Texans. The Chargers lost at SoFi to the Niners. Tomorrow, did Chris get that part right? Are you working the game tomorrow?
I am. He got that part right, yes.
Okay. So you and M and
Sua.
And Sua, and then we're going to have Jordan Rodriguez on later. She's doing the game on TV. So Rams Saints tomorrow. But last night, let's start with the Raiders. They go into Houston, and Fernando Mendoza, who had one pick six in his entire Heisman season at Indiana, 16-0, one pick six, had one in the first quarter last night. And I think, Marcus, Clint Kubiak, the new Raider coach, is being less than honest.
You think?
When he is being asked, who's the starting QB? Excuse me. All right. So who's the starting QB? He says, I don't know yet. In my opinion, as a reformed Raider fan, I rooted for the Raiders for 25 years, then got off the bandwagon when I couldn't put up with Mark Davis anymore. But all my Raider friends still text me.
Mm-hmm.
In my opinion, in their opinion, the only way Mendoza was going to be named the Raiders starter week 1 is if he absolutely killed all 3 preseason games.
Mm-hmm.
Last night he did not.
Nope.
9 of 15, less than 100 yards, had the pick 6. Aren't we all doing a little dance here? Isn't Kirk Cousins firmly the starter week 1 in Las Vegas? And then Vegas, baby! Vegas! I think it's Cousins week 1, and then Mendoza plays if and when the Raiders drift out of the race.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's more when than if. But, yeah, I don't know. I get it. He's the number 1 overall pick, and at some point you're going to have to see what you have with him. I don't see any reason to just throw him into the fire. I do think it's funny that the Raiders are being coy about this and, not naming a starter so far and trying to figure that part out. But I think we see this every year, too, where the number 1 overall pick, especially at the quarterback position, comes in, and you see the coaching staff say stuff like, well, he's got to earn the job. He's got to earn his spot. But if you're the Raiders, there are no expectations for you. Why get your rookie beat up at the beginning of the season?
And then last night, he only played the first half because he had the second-string offensive line in there. I think the writing's on the wall. Kirk Cousins is the starting quarterback for the Raiders, no matter what Clint Kubiak says. Then I flip over to the Charger game. And most Charger starters didn't play. Mm-hmm. So tough to draw any conclusions about the Bolts from this game. But they got boat raced. Their special teams gave up a punt return for a touchdown. Looked sloppy, especially in the red zone. Marcus only had 3 first downs in the first half. Yeah. 3 total. Even Jim Harbaugh at halftime said the Chargers are guilty of, quote, a lot of self-sabotage.
Okay.
And he was right. But Brian Cohen is our resident Charger fan. BC, I saw nothing that I got discouraged by. The Dicker, the kicker, missed another extra point. He's missed two. That's a little, a little thing.
Rare.
But I'm picking the Chargers to win that division, Marcus, because I'm an idiot and I pick them a lot and they always let me down. But Brian, I didn't see anything last night that would talk me off of my position that the Chargers are going to have a good season and win the division. Did you?
No, I think same thing. Preseason, you take everything with a grain of salt. No, I don't think and you could take away anything from last night to be like, oh, this is going to trickle over to the regular season.
And Marcus, by the way, in that division, the Raiders are the only team that I don't think can win it. I could see a scenario where the Broncos could win it, the Chiefs could win it, the Chargers could win it. If I asked you right now to put the AFC West in order of finish, where would you go?
I would probably go Broncos, Chargers, Chiefs.
Okay.
Raiders right now.
Yeah, I think
you're low on the Chiefs.
Well, it's more that I think, one, even before the Patrick Mahomes injury, it's an offense that hasn't looked quite the same as they have in years past. And I think their defense is good enough, but I wonder, Mahomes coming off a major knee injury.
But they did get the Super Bowl MVP.
They did get the Super Bowl MVP.
Who's their wide receiver one?
I mean, it's Rashee Rice, but I mean,
that guy's one knuckleheaded move away from getting suspended.
There's that part. There's
and
Travis
Xavier
Kelce.
Worthy's hurt.
Travis
Kelce looks fat and happy.
He looks like a married man right now, And so I just think they've had a great run. And not that I think Patrick Mahomes' run is over, right? I think they can retool and rebuild and be a championship caliber team again. But sort of like we talk about with the Dodgers, how they've played so many games from so many postseason runs, I think that starts to build up a little bit. And I think they'll be competitive. They may be in the hunt for a playoff spot, but I think the Broncos are a little better. I think the Chargers are a little better.
And I haven't kept up with it. How did the Broncos get better this offseason?
Well, just another year for Bo Nix.
Another
year for Sean Payton.
They added Jalen Waddle. They get him out of Miami. I think that defense is among the best in the league.
I'm picking on your fantasy brain here.
Okay.
Cortland Sutton or Jalen Waddle is wide receiver one in Denver?
Yes. I think it's probably going to be Jalen Waddle. I think he's a little more versatile, and I think he fits more of what Sean Payton wants to do there. And if we're talking, again, fantasy-wise, Cortland Sutton has sort of been touchdown dependent. I think Jalen Waddle can be more of a Swiss Army knife for them.
Here's what I don't understand about the Chiefs. The Rams signed both of their starting cornerbacks, and they made Trent McDuffie the highest-paid corner in the league, and then they went and got Jalen Watson. You know this better than me because you work at the NFL Network, but do they have some abundance of corners that they think are ready to replace two really good corners that the Rams are plugging right into the starting defense?
We're going to find out. We're definitely going to find out, and I think a lot of it, we're going to put some pressure on your secondary. You're going to put some pressure on your pass rush because now you've got to get to the quarterback and try to make him throw the ball in a hurry. I think if there's an upside, it's that at least two of the other three teams you play, I like Bo Nix. I'm not sold that Bo Nix is necessarily the guy who can kind of carry you.
Their schedule is harder this year.
Schedule's harder this year. The Raiders are running out there with the ghost of Kirk Cousins, and we'll figure out when Fernando Mendoza starts to play a little bit. So, I think there are issues there in Kansas City, but we'll see how far Patrick Mahomes can carry them because that will depend a lot. That will show us a lot about this team.
So the Rams play their second preseason game tomorrow. This is the game you're working against New Orleans. And like Brian, you mentioned last night, some of the Chargers played at least a little bit. A lot of the Niners played at least a little bit. The Rams don't play anybody. You're not going to see any of the Rams starters in this game. Besides
Harrison Mevis.
Right, besides the thicker kicker. So we have the thicker kicker and Dicker the kicker, or the two kickers in L.A. That is an enunciation waiting for a talk show host to get fired. Dicker the kicker and thicker kicker. I can see it now. I'm already printing my ChatGPT. Give me an apology for saying the D word by mistake on the air.
But I will say, I disagree with your saying that nobody's playing for the Rams because Ty Simpson is somebody. Ty Simpson needs to be somebody for these Rams eventually, and he put up a clean sheet last Saturday. Only 4 incompletions. One of them was a missed Hail Mary. So he had a very clean sheet, no interceptions, no fumbles, didn't get sacked. He stayed upright. I think it's important for him to continue to look good in the second game.
I would, Marcus, do exactly what the Raiders did with Mendoza to Ty Simpson tomorrow. Let him play the whole first half, then let Stetson Bennett play the second half. And the reason I would do it is because there is this theory running around, certainly in this building and amongst Rams fans, that they got to go get a veteran quarterback to be the backup to Matthew Stafford. That you can't have this Super Bowl roster and a 39-year-old quarterback, and he goes down and your season's over. So you got to get, I don't know, Derek Carr and talk him out of retirement. Or you got to...
He's just down the road at UCLA, right?
Or go find Jimmy G or do something. Simpson looked so good in the first preseason game, 21 of 25. 200 yards passing, no picks, 2 touchdowns. Mm-hmm. That I think everybody, including Les Snead and Sean McVay, are saying, well, maybe Simpson could be our backup and we could throw him in if Stafford gets hurt and it wouldn't squash the season. But I don't know the answer to that, and you've got to find out. That's why I would play him the entire first half. What do you think?
I think that's what we're going to see. I think after what we saw last week where it was Stetson Bennett to start and he got the first quarter, maybe a little bit of the second if I remember correctly, and then it was Ty Simpson for a good chunk of the second and then third quarters, I think this week they flip-flopped that. Because to your point, I think what we saw from Ty Simpson was intriguing enough that let's figure out what this really is. I also sort of caution people about, I think a lot of folks got caught box score watching, and they looked at the numbers, talk about the 21 to 25, the 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. That's great. Also, keep in mind that the Chiefs, he was going against the 2s and 3s for the Chiefs. The game plan was very simple, a lot of short, easy throws, things where the first read was open. So, I think that's part of the reason you play him this week at the start, just to see something that's maybe a little bit more complex, and then you can get sort of a better evaluation of it. But I do think you have to give him every real opportunity to sort of prove himself. And then if you get through the end of your 3 preseason games and you're not sold, then you can still sort of shop the market and see if it's a Derek Carr, if Jimmy G's still floating out there somewhere, maybe he wants to come back. Then you can kind of get that insurance policy if you need to.
Tim McMahon from ESPN reporting a little bit of breaking news here. The Mavs have agreed to a buyout with Klay Thompson.
Oh.
And before you get excited thinking that Klay is going to come here, I have it on very good authority.
You know a guy.
I know some people that Klay is going to Miami.
Oh.
So that's the next shoe to drop. I think that's what will happen. I mean, not 100% sure, but I would put it at 98%.
Okay.
So Klay Thompson leaving Dallas, I would imagine that it'll be announced over the next few days that he's signing with the Heat. All right, coming up next. Dodgers back in action tonight against Pittsburgh at Dodger Stadium. But will they have a different owner by the time this season ends? We'll get into that next. Marcas Grant in for Mace. I'm John Ireland, ESPN LA.
And it is the 15-minute mark right here on 710 ESPN. On the all-new ESPN LA app and on YouTube at ESPN Los Angeles.
The 15-minute mark on 710. Fueled by Valvoline Instant Oil Change.
In that time it took to hear your favorite takes and all that fun and frivolity, you could be pulling out with a fresh oil change. No waiting, no appointment, just in and out in about 15 minutes. Bam! So you've got more time for what matters. Visit SoCalOilChange.com.
In just 15 minutes, you can boost your vehicle's performance and save money while doing it. Visit SoCalOilChange.com now for value pack coupons and keep your car and your wallet running strong.
The 15-minute mark on 710, made possible by Valvoline Instant Oil Change.
Morongo's giving away a Mustang GT Fastback. It's sleek and turns heads. We already have so much in common. Now your top reasons to visit Morongo.
Walker Hayes is bringing that country stuff to Morongo on the 22nd.
Number 2.
Morongo's Travel Center gas prices are the lowest around.
And the number 1 reason.
We're giving away a 2026 Mustang GT Fastback. the 31st.
Morongo, good times.
Vista Paint is California's original paint company and has been serving pros and homeowners since 1956. Our paints are formulated for lasting performance, beautiful finishes, and made to withstand the weather. Vista Paint, locally made, expertly crafted, always reliable.
Hey, it's Chris Morales. Your heart works hard for you every day. That's why taking care of it should be a year-round priority. Providence brings together some of the brightest minds in cardiac care, keeping you in the game with expert care, advanced treatments, and compassionate support right here in Southern California. Whether you're looking to be more active, make healthier choices, or stay on top of routine screenings, small steps can make a meaningful difference in your long-term health. Providence is here to support healthier hearts in every community. Learn more at providence.org/SoCalHeart.
This is a special notice to U.S. taxpayers owing $10,000 or more to the IRS. Tax Relief Advocates is urgently notifying taxpayers that tax relief initiatives are now available that may significantly reduce or eliminate what you owe. If you're afraid of an IRS lien, levy, or wage garnishment, don't lose hope. You can now take advantage of these current relief programs to end all collections, reduce the amount you owe, and resolve your tax problem. Even if you have years of unfiled tax returns or are already in a payment plan, you may still qualify for significant relief. Struggling taxpayers can now get relief they need during these hard economic times. A hotline has been established by Tax Relief Advocates for you to call and see what you qualify for. They are A+ rated with the BBB and have over 1,000 5-star reviews. Don't wait. Call 800-575-9087. 800-575-9087. That's 800-575-9087 or simply visit TRA.com.
The OGs of LA Sports Radio.
Maybe I'm stupid and maybe you disagree.
That's Steve Mason and John Ireland.
Yeah, you are stupid.
I have no problem.
Mason and Ireland. Right now.
All right, Mason and Ireland, Marcas Grant is in for Mace. Dodgers return to action tonight. They play the Pittsburgh Pirates at Dodger Stadium. It is Luka Doncic bobblehead night.
Yeah.
So if you go, you get a bobblehead of Luka. But
why is he not doing the first pitch on his bobblehead night? I know he's in Slovenia.
Right.
But come on.
Well, wait, you want to fly home, just throw out a
No,
pitch?
I just think they should have arranged it so that it was a day that he could have been here for.
Maybe they'll do a virtual one where he he throws it on video and the ball comes out of a screen or I don't know.
Might do like a hey, thanks Dodger fans to a video.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. Well, up until recently, the Dodgers and the Lakers were working together.
Yeah.
That appears to be dying on the vine, so to speak.
I was going to say, well, how is that? It feels like there's some awkwardness there, right?
To say the least. Now, let's get into, we all know that the Dodgers right now are owned by Mark Walter, and he's won the last 2 World Series. He has been excellent as the Dodgers owner. Mm-hmm. Excellent. But you've probably read that Mark Walter has some financial problems. That's why he had to sell the Lakers. So we're going to get into this a little bit. And first, I'm going to play you a clip from Derek Thompson. He's a writer from The Atlantic. He was a guest on Bill Simmons' podcast yesterday. He says, not only should we all have known that Mark Walter was buying the Dodgers with insurance money, we did know. It just took the feds 12 years to act on it. Here's Derek Thompson.
We did know that he was using insurance money to buy the Dodgers. This is an article that I found published in 2012 by Andrew Ross Sorkin in the New York Times. Quote, using insurance money, which is typically supposed to be invested in simple, safe assets, to buy a baseball team, the ultimate toy for the ultra-rich, seems like a lawsuit waiting to happen, end quote. That is Andrew Ross Sorkin writing about Mark Walter buying the Los Angeles Dodgers in 2012. 14 years later, the Fed sees Walter's computer.
Okay, so, Marcus, here was my first reaction to that. Man, there's a lot of blame to go around here. Man, and let me start with this. Some of it is on people like Steve Mason and John Ireland.
Okay.
Who have daily talk shows in Los Angeles, and none of us listen to Sorkin. None of us listen to him. And he said, this is a problem. We didn't look into it. The Athletic didn't look into it. ESPN didn't look into it. All of it. The media dropped the ball here because when Frank McCourt owned the Dodgers and everybody was coming in, we had a nut job on once that said he was going to buy the Dodgers because he had all this money from these secret mines in Europe, and we said, this guy's crazy. It's not going to be him. Mark Walter comes in, and no one in the baseball media, no one in the LA media, and again, I'm including myself in this, none of us picked up on this.
Well,
14 years ago, Marcus.
I think there are a couple ways to look at it. Yeah, sure. I think there could have been some deeper digging in Mark Walter and his finances. I think, one, the biggest blame still goes to Major League Baseball because here it is a group led by a man.
That was my next blame. But and NBA. Major League Baseball and the NBA, they're normally incredibly strict about who they let into their club. How did this slip through the cracks?
Does Mark Walter get, I won't say less, maybe there's less scrutiny on him because of who he was coming after when he bought the Dodgers?
I think 100%.
I also think these valuations are getting so massive that only a few kinds of people can buy these teams, which means that they might have money from maybe less than savory places. I mean, look at Matt Ishbia right now getting investigated as well. He has a mortgage company, which is how he was able to buy the Suns.
Mark Lowry, the principal owner of the Minnesota Timberwolves, got out, sold his shares to another billionaire.
And I think we're going to start seeing more private equity getting involved. You could see foreign money coming in. I mean, look at the Live Tour, right? And everything behind Live, and that's sort of gone belly up.
And PE is already kind of involved. I know that they have a limit of how much PE can be involved into a sale of a team, but it's already there.
It's going to start changing because when you have the San Diego Padres, who've never won anything, selling for $4 billion, when you have the Lakers being flipped for $14 billion, you can't help but have outside money and, to your point, maybe a little bit of sketchy money coming in from somewhere.
So the other question everyone's asking is, can Mark Walter hang on to the Dodgers? And again, I like Mark. I've met him. I think he's been an unbelievable owner in terms of success, of wins, and what they monetize over there and how they make money. But Marcus, I went down the rabbit hole last night. I listened to several different podcasts. I did deep dives on this. Mark's in real trouble. Real trouble. This is a guy named Eric Jackson. He is a financial analyst based in Toronto who did a 10-minute deep dive on what happens with Mark now. He goes, if you want to, you can just follow Eric Jackson on social media and you can watch his stuff if you want to. I just pulled the last 30 seconds where he kind of summarizes where Mark stands now. And you're going to hear spin from all sides. Like, well, he would never sell the Dodgers, or the Dodgers, and that could very well be true. Maybe that is the absolute last thing he would be willing to give. He'll sell everything else first just so he can hang on to the Dodgers. But Eric Jackson has looked at the numbers, done a deep dive on this, and he doesn't think so. Here's Jackson.
The net of all this, Mark Walter's got to sell some stuff. He's only got a third of the way there. The LA Lakers doesn't cut it. And next on the docket for him is likely selling the LA Dodgers. And that might not even cover it. Watch for the quarterly filing that's going to be filed probably in the next week or so as the next shoe to drop in this whole case.
So in other words, they're gonna have to file quarterly, and we're gonna get an idea about how much money he owes and how much money he needs to make good to the government. And if those numbers don't match, he may not have another way out. And what do you think? Does Mark Walter still own the Dodgers when the World Series starts this year?
You know what? If you had asked me this last week, 2 weeks ago, I would have said yes. I still fall under the opinion that he will look to sell everything possible, and the Dodgers are sort of the last thing. But if the walls really are closing in, then yeah, that's going to happen. Like I said, a couple of weeks ago, even when he first flipped the Lakers, my thought was, well, okay, obviously he needs some liquidity in a hurry, but the Dodgers are a thing that is making him actual money. Shohei Ohtani is an economy unto himself, So maybe this is a reason for him to hang on. But as more and more stuff comes out, as you mentioned, people are starting to do the deep dive and run the numbers on this thing. It is dubious whether or not he is still – whether or not – if the Dodgers win a third World Series, are you asking me, is he the person that they're going to hand the trophy to when it's all
Well, I
said
think
and done?
Andrew Friedman will be standing on that stage. I don't think Mark wants to put himself in a position where he can
Probably
get
not.
interviewed.
Probably
I also think it's a question. It's not a question of if the Dodgers are profitable or not. It seems like it is. It's just that Mark Walter seemingly needs this money right now.
Right now.
Right. Well, when I was doing this deep dive last night, basically he has until end of the calendar year, December 31st, to come up with all this money.
Mm-hmm.
And there isn't an easy way to do it. He's going to have to jump through some hoops. But like I said before, Mark's been, in terms of what we care about as fans, are we going to put the best team on the field and are we going to compete for the World Series? He's top of the list.
Top of the list, and that, at least in the short term, where I've come down on this is whatever happens with Mark Walter, obviously we don't know. We have no control over. I'm just saying to fans, enjoy the baseball we have now. You still have one of the best teams in baseball. You still have an incredibly entertaining brand of baseball to watch. Enjoy what we have now, and the chips will fall where they will, and we'll figure it out, and we'll move on from then. But I just say let's not worry ourselves as much as we can with whatever happens in ownership.
Let's give you a little bit of good news, on the field news. Marcus, you host the Blue Review every day.
Mm-hmm.
I was under the impression that Dalton Rushing was done playing catcher this year. Were you?
Yes.
Here's Dalton yesterday. He was at that event with Travis and DeMarco, and somebody caught up with him. He says, not so fast. This is Dalton Rushing yesterday.
I'm progressing well. I feel good. We are starting throwing progression very soon. So the plan is for me to be on the field in September. And can't give you an actual date, but my plan is to be on the field in September, catching again and helping this team win as many games as possible, win the NL, and get ready to win some baseball games in October.
You buy it?
I am cautiously optimistic. The Dodgers tend to be very, very cautious when it comes to injuries. They tend to take their time. I mean, I think you look at the pitchers, for instance, Blake Snell, Tyler Glasnow. These are guys that I think in any other team, they probably rush them back a couple of weeks sooner than when they did. The Dodgers can afford to sort of take their time. I think when you look at Will Smith, who's starting to ramp up, and they're hoping he can be back hopefully in the next couple of weeks, the fact that they're getting some good play, not great play, but good enough play out of Hunter Fiducia, out of Ben Rortvedt, I think that decreases the urgency to get a guy like Dalton Rushing back. So I think they're going to take their time with it. I mean, this is a guy that they hope can be the future of this organization. So I don't know that you want to push it and then something really serious happens with that elbow, and then you're talking about losing him truly for a full year.
Yeah, it's a good point. All right, coming up next, there is a plan to try and snap Kyle Tucker out of his slump tonight at Dodger Stadium, enacted by fans. I just don't think it's going to work. But maybe I'm wrong. We'll tell you what it is coming up next. First, you hear Chris Morales and I talking about LifeSource and their whole house water system. Chris and I each, at our respective houses, put in one of these systems. It cleans and conditions the water from every tap in your house. So you're drinking, cooking, showering, and washing, all with healthier water every single day. That's why Morales and I get out of the shower and do a happy dance. That's why we suck on the tap. Because there's nothing like it. There's no salt, no regular maintenance, no more worrying about harsh city water drying out your skin. It's the best. So how do you get it? You can call the LifeSource Water California factory at 800-WATER-99. That's 800-WATER-99, or visit lifesourcewater.com. LifeSource Water, taste and feel the difference. Warranty limitations apply. LifeSource Water, lifesourcewater.com.
Don't miss the countdown to kickoff. Presented by BMO, official bank of LAFC.
Join me, Mario Ruiz, on the next edition of Countdown to Kickoff, presented by BMO, as I talk with MLS legend and former LAFC striker Kai Kamara. Plus, I'll get you ready for LAFC versus Portland Timbers at BMO Stadium. It's Countdown to Kickoff, presented by BMO, tomorrow night at 6:30 p.m.
BMO presents Countdown to Kickoff, hosted by Mario Ruiz on ESPN LA.
Just 2 minutes away from figuring out what Dodger fans want to do to help Kyle Tucker get out of his slump. But first, it is a Cosm Ticket Friday. Listen all day for your chance to win tickets to experience Cosm and see why it's one of the most immersive ways to watch sports and entertainment. Feel like you're right in the middle of the action with Cosm's shared reality experience. Visit Cosm.com for more information.
Being a sports fan in Los Angeles can be unpredictable. Your ice cream shouldn't be. For over 80 years, Thrifty has delivered the exact same legendary experience, right down to our signature cylindrical scoop. It's the brand this city was raised on, and the easiest call you'll make on game day. Skip the debate. Just grab the carton everyone already agrees on. Thrifty Ice Cream, a California classic. Available at most major retailers.
Hi guys, it's Ramona Shelburne for Hyundai of Glendale, where it's back to school savings all month long. Right now, lease a brand new 2026 Hyundai Palisade SE for $279 a month. Comes with owner's assurance and America's best 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty. Take it from me, with next level customer service and incredible dealer incentives, your next Hyundai is waiting for you at Hyundai of Glendale. Call 818-222-8000 or check them out at HyundaiofGlendale.net.
$279 per month plus tax. Close in lease for 24 months. $47.49 total due outstanding plus government fees and taxes. Unapproved above average credit through HMF. 7,500 miles per year. 20 cents per excess miles. Expires 8/30/26.
Kenny here to help you ignite your taste buds with Firework Freeze 5-hour energy shots. Juicy cherry, citrus lime, and blue raspberry. It's that iconic freezer pop flavor, but with none of the guilty sugar aftermath. The perfect summer kick. It's a delicious, portable, zero-sugar energy shot bursting with flavor. Bring on summer with Firework Freeze 5-hour energy shots. Available online at 5hourenergy.com or on Amazon.
When's the last time payroll was the easy part of your week? With Gusto, it can be. Gusto is the all-in-one platform designed to take the hassle out of managing your team, from payroll and compliance to hiring, onboarding, and more. With Gusto, you can get back 2 full days each month with all the time you've saved. Go to gusto.com today and learn why over 500,000 small businesses choose Gusto. That's GUSTO.com. Gusto.com.
And it is Mason and Ireland, Friday, a feel-good Friday, an F-It Friday. We got Marcas Grant here with Johnny I. Marcus sitting in for Mace. Of course, Marcas Grant, the NFL Network fantasy guru. You'll hear him tomorrow, along with producer Emily and Sua Cravens. Oh, Sua! As part of the Rams broadcast team, they've got your Toyota Rams countdown to kickoff at 11 a.m. Then post-game, right after the game with all your reaction, right here on ESPN LA. Kickoff at 1 p.m., by the way. Rams Saints, George Sedano on the call. Right now, more of Ireland and Marcus, your Friday afternoon on ESPN LA.
All right, Mason and Ireland, Marcas Grant in for Mace today. Dodgers play the Pirates tonight at Dodger Stadium. And, Marcus, Dodger fans are trying to start a kind of a grassroots campaign that when Kyle Tucker comes to the plate tonight, Tucker has been the great underachiever this year. He makes more money than anybody in baseball, $64 million. But he just isn't hitting. He's hitting like .230. He's been very locked. He's not playing like the highest paid player in baseball. So the Dodger fans want to give him a standing ovation today. The Philly fans did this for Trey Turner a year or two ago. By the way, it's a Netflix documentary if you want to watch it, how they helped Trey Turner snap out of his slump when every time Turner came to the plate, the fans rose to their feet. I obviously, because of my job, have been to every major city in the country and attended sporting events in every major city. L.A. is not Philly.
Right.
I don't think we can get 10 Dodger fans to agree on what to have for lunch, let alone all agree to stand up. I hope I'm wrong.
Mm-hmm.
I hope tonight that 10,000 people stand up and give Kyle Tucker a standing ovation. I think the sentiment and the idea is excellent.
Mm-hmm.
I just know I live in Los Angeles, and that's hard to do. You think it works?
I think the biggest obstacle to this, and I know this is going to sound like a shot at Dodger fans, and I don't mean it to be, will there be enough people in the ballpark for his first at bat when he comes, for it to actually work? And it depends on where he's hitting in the lineup.
That's actually
and
an
that sort of
excellent
thing.
point.
Is that, if he's hitting higher up in the lineup, which he hasn't really been, or if they put a few guys on base in the first inning and he comes to the plate, Dodger fans, we know, are not necessarily there and locked and loaded in the first inning. Will there be enough people for it to happen? Because I think we saw the attitude toward Kyle Tucker turn over the last few days, because that last game against Milwaukee at home, he dropped the fly ball that was incredibly catchable, and you started to hear some of the boos against him. Then he had the game on Monday night in Colorado where he went 0 for 5 at the plate and dropped just a really easy fly ball in right field. And after that, you saw him sitting on the bench with the 1,000-yard stare. You know, you can debate whether or not he shed a tear in that one, but you could definitely see that that felt like rock bottom for the season. And the sentiment, at least on social media, turned from frustration and anger to genuine sadness and pity, and understanding that this guy, regardless of how much he makes, is a human being who's absolutely going through it. So I think the feeling is there. I just don't know if the bodies will be there to do this.
Emily, you think this is going to work?
No, because I also don't think it really worked in Philly. I know they said that it worked and that Trey Turner turned it around, but I don't think it was because of them.
Maybe. I just think getting LA fans to agree to do anything in unison is really hard.
Well, let me.
We're a vast city with 15 million people. People are driving in from all over the place, and it's very like in Philadelphia. They're all angry, concentrated. Telling everybody to F off. LA's not Philly. We're a lot. We're a lot more laid back here.
But standing ovations are contagious.
That's true. If a few people, if you get a couple sections doing it, maybe everybody kind of joins in. I mean, I'll ask you, because obviously you're there at courtside for Laker games, for the playoffs and that sort of thing. Like, I always love that in places like Oklahoma City or Utah or wherever, when they put the T-shirts out there, right? And they want everybody to wear the blue T-shirts.
Unlike L.A., where
right. I'm like, well, who's going to tell Leo DiCaprio to put on his yellow T-shirt, right? Like, that doesn't happen here.
Right. It's so funny because when you do that in other cities, they actually, embarrass you into putting on the shirt. Like, they'll put you on the Jumbotron and say, put on the shirt. And in L.A., it's like, I'm not taking my $500, what do you call those T-shirts? Tom Hardy T-shirts or, whatever they're called. They won't do it. But we'll see. So tonight, it's Yossi Yamamoto. Tomorrow night, Tarek Skubal. And Sunday, it's Blake Snell. Miguel Rojas and Mookie Betts were talking yesterday. First, Rojas wants the team to play, and I think he's right, with more urgency. Marcus, I've already come off and said I'm no longer picking the Dodgers to win it all.
Right.
If you gave me one team, I would take Milwaukee.
Okay.
Are you there yet, or are you still riding the Dodgers?
I'm still riding the Dodgers. They're the champs until somebody beats them, and that's sort of the way I'm looking at this. But I think to Rojas's point, I do think you haven't really seen that urgency. I think what you've seen is a group of guys who obviously it's a veteran ball club. A lot of these guys have been through these battles. They've won back-to-back World Series. And, you sort of see, and you see this in the NBA with veteran teams, that they know how to conserve their energy a little bit. They know when it's time.
I hope that's what's going on.
But I think there also comes a point where you just looked sloppy for a long amount of time. And I think that's where Miguel Rojas is. I think Mookie Betts has been there. And I know, before that series in Colorado, I know Dave Roberts kind of said it. I know Rojas has sent out
here's Rojas yesterday talking about playing with more urgency.
I think the urgency from us have to be on how focused we can be on delivering in that specific moment. I don't think we can play harder because it's not how it works. Freddie always tells the media and everybody trying to make fans understanding that this game is not about how hard I can swing the bat. We all, as an organization, needs to play this out with urgency. So for us, it's more of having the conviction that we can be locked in. It's all about sharpening those skills on be ready when the opportunity arrives. I need a little bit more of focus on execution on the moment.
I think he's right. And I think my takeaways from the last month or so is it's the things that have gone wrong mostly are fixable. It's guys' approach at the plate. It's not being over-aggressive. It's getting rid of the little base running mistakes that they are making. It's just looking sloppy on defense. There are some things. I think the bullpen is maybe fatigued, and you're seeing guys kind of get knocked around a little bit there. I think that's a little bit of a concern. But I think most of what's gone wrong are just little things that can be fixed with just a little more concentration, a little more focus.
All right, changing subjects on you before we're leading up to icebreakers here in a couple minutes. But did you see the story yesterday that James Harden who's from Southern California,
Mm-hmm.
good for him, agreed to a 3-year, $97 million extension with the Cavs.
Good for him.
It makes Harden, Marcus, only the third player ever to eclipse $500 million in career earnings in the NBA. The other two are LeBron and Kevin Durant. Steph will join the list at the end of this season. He'll go over $500 million. But it got me to thinking. So James Harden, one of only 3 players ever to get $500 million.
Mm-hmm.
We were talking about Klay Thompson. It was announced earlier today that Klay Thompson has been bought out by the Dallas Mavericks. He's going to Miami. You guys can wait till that news arrives, or you can just
Shams did tweet that
Shams
it's going to
he
be
put it out there.
expected to go to Miami.
Yeah, you can just trust me. He's going to Miami. But Marcus, whose career would you rather have? On one hand, you get $500 million, one of only 3 people ever, and that money sets you up generationally for you, your whole family, forever. Or Klay's career. Klay's made $300 million, actually $298.7.
Okay.
But he has 4 rings.
Oh, Klay, without a
They're
doubt.
both going to the Hall of Fame.
Klay, no doubt.
Why?
Oh, I mean, like, the money is great. Don't get me wrong, but and maybe this is me being a broke dude. What's the difference in 298? 298 and 500. They're both great. I know that numerically there's a difference
by the
there.
way, both going to the Hall of Fame.
Both going to the Hall of Fame. They've both made the kind of money that can set you up and your children up for a good long while. But you also have the accolades that come along with it. You have the team accomplishments. You have the rings. You have all that stuff. Klay's going to go down as one of the greatest shooters in league history. He's going to go down as being a key part of one of the greatest dynasties, one of the greatest runs in NBA history. So you get the money and you get all the other stuff. Like, that seems like a no-brainer.
It seems like a city still loves you. So he left
Absolutely.
the city, and they still love him. It seems like Golden State still loves Klay, even though he's not going to be able to come back to the Warriors probably. And I agree with you, Marcus, that his reputation is undeniable. James Harden is up for debate because of the lack of ring.
Brian, whose bag do you want, Harden's or Klay's?
I would take Klay for a majority of the same reasons.
All right, so let me ask you this. If I knock $100 million off of Klay's earnings, so instead of making $300 million, he only made $200 million, and Harden has $500 million. Change your mind?
No.
M?
No.
Brian?
No, I don't
All
think
right,
so.
I knock another $100 million off. So Klay still has the 4 rings, still has all the reputations you're talking about. He has $100 million. Harden has $500 million. Marcus, where are you at now?
I think I'm still Klay because here's this: like 20 years from now, nobody's going to be like, "Hey, James Harden made $500 million." Right? We're going to still talk. We're going to talk about James Harden, and we're going to be like, "This is a guy who faded in the playoffs. This is a guy who pouted and forced his way out of situations. This is a guy who was sort of a vagabond for a good chunk of his career." Whereas, yeah, maybe it's only $100 million for Klay, but we're going to look at him. I mean, let's use Robert Horry, right, as an example here. Robert Horry never got the bag the way a lot of guys in his generation did, but you look at Robert Horry as a key component of some championship teams. You talk about Big Shot Bob and the moments he had. Those are the things that stick with you. Nobody talks about how much you have in your bank account.
Yeah, think about 20 years from now. Klay Thompson could get honored at the Warriors for like an anniversary.
Oh, he might have the Splash Brothers are going to have a statue outside
But then
of that
James
stadium.
Harden, where does he get welcomed? Oklahoma City? The Rockets?
Rick's Cabaret in downtown Houston. Brian, $100 million for Klay with the 4 rings, or $500 million with Harden?
I might start going towards Harden.
You're
on that
the
one.
only honest person on this show. By the way, Marcus, I looked it up while you were talking.
Mm-hmm.
Robert Horry's career earnings, $53.7 million, 7 rings.
Wow.
You telling me you'd rather have $54 million than $500 million?
No, I'd rather have $500 million, but if we're talking about all the things that come with it.
We are talking about all the things going with it.
Yeah, I mean.
You're not taking Robert Horry's career
But
over
I didn't know
James Harden.
I didn't know what Robert Horry made until now. Like, it's never a thing that's going to cross my mind years
But
down
let's
the
think
line.
about last week. We were talking about the Jaden Daniels thing, about how he's kind of burning the bridges with LSU by having this debate over the
Very
number 5.
much stepped in it.
And
yeah.
so Sue was talking about how there is a whole lot of money you can earn by going back to LSU, just showing up at LSU, being paid by boosters to be there, and you can make money for the rest of your life because you're a Heisman candidate, Heisman winner at LSU. It's kind of the same thing with Klay at the Warriors. He can go and he could do stuff at NBC Sports Bay Area if he wanted to. He could do anything in San Francisco, because of his connection to that city, because his reputation is undeniable, because of what he meant to that city, that also could earn to his career earnings that could maybe eclipse, who knows, James Harden with 500, even if he only made 100.
I know you. You ain't taking $100 million over 500.
I've never seen even $1 million. I don't know that big of a difference.
Brian Cohen's the only honest person on this show. All right, coming up next, it's Icebreakers. And after that, what's in a middle name? I'm telling you, if you're having kids, think about this. The middle name can be used for good, and I'll explain that coming up next. Icebreakers, Marcus in for Mace, Mason and Ireland, ESPN LA.
USC football.
Fight on.
Miller at the 5. Miller in the end zone. Touchdown USC. The Trojans kick off the season Saturday, August 29th against San Jose State.
Right into a sack. Boom. Down he goes. Dives inside of the end zone. Touchdown USC. Jake Mayava's done it with his feet again.
Kickoff is at noon.
On your home for Trojan football.
USC football is back this fall on ESPN LA. LA's mega sports station. Fight on.
Call Jacob. Hey, it's Mace.
And I'm Ireland.
After a crash, you are on the spot. You got to make the right decisions.
So count on peace of mind. Count on Jacob. Here's what I mean. 800-345-6789. Mace, you just count to 9.
Exactly. Count on a plan. Count on a team that moves fast. Count on Jacob.
Accident or injury. Call Jacob and Ronnie. Call Jacob. 1-800-345-6789. Call Jacob.
Get early access to Labor Day savings at George Chevrolet. Hey, it's Chris Morales. Right now, lease a new 2026 Chevrolet Equinox LT for just $179 a month plus tax for 36 months with 4,444 due at signing. Visit George Chevrolet off the 91 freeway, Lakewood exit in Bellflower, or GeorgeChevy.com. Chevrolet, together let's drive.
Offers on approved credit through GM Financial and required current Chevrolet lease and household, plus tax, title, license, registration, and government fees. Amounts due at signing include $85 DO fee. Vehicle subject to prior sale. Equinox VIN number TL530234. One of each at this price. Offer ends 8/31. 2026. Call 866-949-4805.
When you're planning your next job, options matter. Now in stock at Lowe's, get the roofing brands you trust, including GAF, Owens Corning, and CertainTeed, with more colors to choose from. Shingles and accessories are in stock and ready to go. And when you're on the clock, we help keep you on schedule. Order by 4 p.m. and get next day job site delivery on select items as early as 6:30 a.m. At Lowe's, we have your back on the job. Delivery Monday through Saturday in select zip codes, subject to availability.
I'm David Ortiz. When I lost my mom, she was only 46, and I lost my dad to cancer. It was the worst pain I ever felt. It made me think, what will happen with the people I love when my time is up? That's why I have life insurance. Ethos makes it easy. It's all online, take about 10 minutes, and you can get up to $3 million in coverage.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ethos.com/game. Paid testimonial. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Oh, it's Icebreakers time. All right, that's right, the big voice guy.
Listen to Mason and Ireland. Weekdays noon to 3 on ESPN LA.
Exactly right. Time for Icebreakers on Mason and Ireland. Icebreakers made possible by Blue Ice Vodka, your fit-friendly vodka with no sugar added, 64 calories an ounce, and keto-friendly. Let's do it. Icebreakers, presented by Blue Ice Vodka on Mason and Ireland. Take it away, producer Emily.
All right, John, you're still in the negative. As it sits right now, you're at -3.
Not for long, Em.
Yep.
Not for long.
The others have 19. That's who you're competing with. Marcus and Brian, you have 0 for this month because you have a bunch of other things going on. Here we go. For 10 points, I was born in 1967 in Michigan, and I am an accomplished accordionist. I play the accordion. For 9 points, I play at the American Century Championship every year at Lake Tahoe.
Oh, how do I not know this?
Well, because a lot of people compete.
This is a lot of people there.
For 8 points. I've been in a commercial for Home Depot. I am also a personal friend to Doc Rivers and Tiger Woods. For 7 points, I was drafted in the 22nd round of the 1985 amateur MLB draft to the Detroit Tigers.
Okay. Somebody from Michigan, drafted by the Tigers, who plays in the Century Golf Classic every year. Okay.
For 6 points, I have the nickname Marmaduke.
Marmaduke? No idea who this would be.
For 5 points, my jersey is retired with the Atlanta Braves. I won the Cy Young in 1990.
I'm going to go John Smoltz.
That is correct. 5 points for John, and now you're at +2.
+2. I'm finally out of the negative, Marcus. I started negative 55.
Out of the red, into the black.
And so, I just wanted to be out of the negative before Mason comes back. So if I get a couple on Monday and Tuesday, I'll be right there with him. Icebreakers is sponsored by Blue Ice Vodka, made from Idaho potatoes and pristine Teton water for a smoother, creamier, cleaner cocktail with no sugar and just 64 calories per ounce. Look for Blue Ice wherever you shop for spirits. Blue Ice Vodka, pure as the Tetons. Marcus, what's your middle name?
Johnny.
That's actually a good one. M,
Thanks.
what's your middle name?
It is my mom's name, which is Caroline.
Caroline. Brian?
Edward.
Okay, that's my son's middle name. My middle name is Alexander. Alex.
That's my son's middle name, actually.
Okay.
Alexander, yes.
So, other than Marcus, all of us have very pedestrian middle names. The middle name can be weaponized to get you ahead in life. And here's my latest example. There's a guy named Gideon Lampron. He's a college football linebacker. His parents watch so much sports on TV that they gave him the middle name Espin, ESPN. Last year, he played at Bowling Green. He entered the transfer portal after that season. He was flying home to Dallas, from Dallas to Cleveland. He's from Cleveland. When he noticed that Deion Sanders was on his flight. Deion was going back to Cleveland to see Shador at Brown's training camp.
Mm-hmm.
So he introduced himself to Sanders, told him that story. He says, hey, my middle name is actually ESPN. And Deion goes, wow, that's kind of cool. Blah, blah. Remembered him. Lampron then reaches out to Deion, goes, hey, I don't know if you remember me. And he goes, of course I remember you. Your middle name is ESPN. He's now the starting linebacker for Colorado for Deion.
Wow.
Because Deion remembered him.
All right.
If you give your, like I've told this story a million times on the air, but I have a good friend of mine, and him and his wife, my friend's name is Rob Steinberg.
Okay.
His son's name is Ryan Steinberg.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, Ryan Steinberg is not the type of name that you would necessarily remember
Doesn't
or
pop
flag.
necessarily, yeah.
So they literally, on his birth certificate, his middle name is Danger. And it's simply so he can say to girls, Danger is my middle name.
Okay.
And if they say, that's not true, he pulls out his driver's license.
That part's kind of cool.
But I'm just saying, Alexander, which is my middle name, your son's middle name, can't do a lot with that. Your name is at least interesting. Are you named after someone? How do you spell your middle name?
It's Ajani, which I believe Johnny. Yeah, I've looked it up. I think it means like he who carries the shield.
I love it.
So yeah, but it's something I think.
And then you work for the NFL.
I work for the
Protect the
NFL. You know
shield.
what? I actually have, to this moment, I've never put that together. But like I think my parents just found it in a book and they thought it was interesting, and that's how they came up with it.
But I love this Gideon Lampron story because, let's face it, your middle name doesn't really serve a purpose. No, unless you go by your
most
middle
people who
name.
go by their middle name.
I mean, there are some people like the only time I'm ever going to use Alexander is if I write a book and I don't want the book to be by John Ireland. My pen name will be John Alexander.
Okay.
But I haven't written a book.
Okay.
And I'm running out of time. So don't you think that you should use the middle name for good, like Espin?
I think so. And it's funny because I actually have a former coworker who did give his son the middle name Espin. Now I haven't spoken to this person in a few years, so I don't know what his kid has done with it, if anything. I'm guessing by now his son's probably in middle school, maybe early high school, something like that. So I don't know that he's had a chance to flex the middle name, but I do think it's always interesting when you find somebody who has kind of a unique middle name, especially if they are using it as their first name. It's always kind of cool to me.
Yeah, I'm not planning on having any more kids, but if I do, I'm doing something creative with the middle
unique,
name.
huh?
Yeah,
Okay.
I got to come up with something good. All right, time for sports graffiti. You guys, we've talked about a lot. We've talked about the Rams, the Raiders, the Chargers, the Dodgers, middle names. But you don't have to stick to that stuff. You can do whatever you want. It's your segment. 877-710-3776. That's the phone number. 877-710-3776. If it's easier to remember, 877-710-ESPN. Sports Graffiti is coming at you next. Marcas Grant in for Mace, ESPN LA.
It's bounce back time at BMO Stadium.
Oh, what a goal!
Sun Hung Men in the black and gold welcome the Portland Timbers to downtown LA in a pivotal Western Conference showdown.
LAFC!
Los Angeles Football Club versus Portland Timbers. Tomorrow night, pregame starts at 7 p.m. on 710 ESPN and the ESPN LA app.
Summer is sizzling and the August deals are at Northridge or Wonders Toyota. It's Bethel Durant, and I love my Camry Hybrid. And right now, you can lease a 2026 Camry SE Hybrid CVT for $359 a month or 36 months plus tax. $359 for a new Camry Hybrid? Come on now. It's got to be Northridge and Wonders Toyota.
Lease based on 2026 Camry model 2561 with total SRP of $33,808. Lease and purchase amount of $21,964. $29.99 due at signing. Includes first month's payment and $750 acquisition fee. Security deposit may be required. Unapproved credit, tax, title, license are extra. Excludes dealer doc fee of $80. Offer ends 8/31/2026.
Fair warning, one Sunday Swagger polo ruins every other shirt in your closet. Hey, it's Chris Morales. Buttery soft, 4-way stretch, prints with an actual personality. Made for golf, approved for the clubhouse, the tailgate, and everything after. 250,000 people already own their Swagger. Buy one, get one 50% off. Code ESPN. SundaySwagger.com. Code ESPN. Buy one, get one 50% off. SundaySwagger.com. Code ESPN.
Welcome to Milagro Tequila, where the sun shines, good times roll, and tequila pours. Take a sip of sunshine this summer with Milagro Tequila, crafted from 100% Blue Weber agave for bright flavor and exceptional smoothness. Shake up fresh margaritas with Milagro Silver. Mix the perfect paloma with Milagro Reposado, or enjoy the rich, smooth taste of Milagro Añejo on the rocks. Find Milagro at your favorite retailer, in-store, and online. Tequila never tasted brighter. Milagro Tequila. Please enjoy responsibly.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. Rams preseason game number 2. Our Rams are hosting the Saints at SoFi, and I'll be calling the action alongside Maurice Jones-Drew and DeMarco Farr. Coverage begins at 11 a.m. with the Toyota Rams countdown to kickoff, and then we'll bring you the play-by-play at 1 o'clock in the afternoon tomorrow on your home for Rams football, ESPN LA.
The home of USC football, and now the home of The Rich Eisen Show. Weekdays 9 a.m. to noon, KSPN Los Angeles, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
And yes, it's sports graffiti time. 1 o'clock in the Southland on the biggest show on the radio, Mason in Ireland. And of course, on Sports Graffiti, we take your calls. And if you're calling into 877-710-ESPN and you're calling into LA's mega sports station, ESPN LA, you're calling in on the Hard Rock Hotline. The Hard Rock Hotline, made possible by Hard Rock Casino Tajon. Bringing you Sports Graffiti today.
Experience gaming, dining, and live entertainment at the easiest drive from downtown LA. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
You get to talk to Mason in Ireland during Sports Graffiti, and we know everybody loves Mason in Ireland. Let's do it. Sports Graffiti time. Take it away, Mace.
All right, no Mace today. Marcas Grant, nice enough to fill in for him. Sports Graffiti time. Multiple lines open. All you people say, I can never get through. You can today. It's Friday. 877-710-3776. 877-710-3776. Couple of lines open. Wait a minute. Marcus, there's somebody online who says he's going by the name LeBron Apologist. That's my job. Hey, LeBron Apologist, are you coming for my job?
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Johnny I.
Yes, sir.
So I wanted to, as the LeBron Apologist, I wanted to thank you for your years of dedication to the cause, for all these people with their TikTok brains, these idiots that don't appreciate greatness. I want to thank you for that, and I also want to tell you, you have nothing to worry about, brother. I've been a basketball fan for 30 years. I'm 50 years old. You are in the 1% of basketball announcers. You might not be the GOAT, but you're in the conversation,
Wow,
brother.
that is
So I just
incredibly
want to
nice
thank you
of
for
you.
that. I'm going to leave you with this.
Okay.
I commented on Mason's post the other day. He followed me back on Instagram. I made it, baby.
Yeah.
I made it.
By the way, man, thank you for the phone call. Mason is bored out of his mind. He never calls me when he's in town ever. He's texted me 4 times. He's texted Morales a bunch of times. Emily, is he texting?
He's overseas.
Yeah, but this is too long of a vacation for him. And then what I think he has major FOMO over is literally the day he was leaving was the day the Lakers sale was announced.
Everything has gone up in flames since he's left.
Yeah, so it's a completely different thing. Here's Walrus and Encino. Hey, Walrus, you're on Sports Graffiti. Go for it.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good
So
afternoon.
I teach critical thinking in my classes, John, and automatically I would think, yeah, you go with Clay's career because he got the championships. But I honestly would go with James Harden's career, and this is why, and this is what I told him. All the good that you could do, that I could do with that money, we always think about as my family, me. All the good you could do with that $500 million. Public virtue is non-existent. It requires individuals to make this world better, at least at this very moment. I would take the $500 million. I would love to have the championships, but changing actual people's lives, that's the real winning. You all have a great day.
All right, thanks, Walrus. And you're the only honest one besides Brian Cohen that's been on the show today.
That is somebody who's he's speaking from the perspective of an everyday regular person, not somebody who has an athletic gift who makes him hundreds of millions of
Wait a
dollars.
minute, you're an everyday regular person,
I
and you
am.
said you would take less money.
I would, because I just think there's a different perspective. Like, and I respect what Walrus said. I think it's wonderful. I don't think most people think, hey, I'm going to make $500 million. I'm going to give it back to the world.
Also, I guarantee you would not use all that money to give back to the people. Just like money corrupts. Money makes people worse.
In a lot of ways, it does. I had a friend of mine that won the lottery, Washington State lottery, 1 year out of college.
Mm-hmm.
His life spiraled downward after that.
You always see those stories of people who win all this money and, like, their life goes sideways.
Walked into his boss's office, flipped him off, and quit. And they couldn't get back in. Let's go to Michael in West Hills. Hey, Michael, you're on Sports Graffiti. Go ahead.
Hey, John. Hey, Marcus. A few thoughts here. First thing, fellas, I'm a big LeBron fan, so I'm hoping the LA fans don't boo him when he comes here. It would be kind of,
they're
it would
gonna.
be horrible for everything.
They're
he did
gonna,
for us.
Michael. Trust me, they're gonna. But go ahead. What was your other point?
Also, John, I saw where the doctor kept his 4% ownership. He is not selling it.
Correct.
And I find that very interesting. Now, another question I have, John, is if the Lakers don't get this ownership thing done between the buses, does Jeannie still stay on as governor until the lawsuit is
good question.
decided by the court?
Michael, that's a good question. Yes. Jeannie, as of right now, as we sit here at 1:03 on the 21st of August, is the Lakers governor. The sale has not been approved. It will be. Bob Iger and Adam Silver are very close. Once that happens, it all depends on whether or not Jeannie or her siblings win this dispute. Because you have to have 15% ownership at least.
But that dispute could
to be
take
the governor.
years, right?
Right.
I read an article
But his
this
question
morning.
was, if this gets held up, delayed for whatever reason, does Jeannie remain the governor? And the answer to that is yes.
But let's just say it's approved on September 1st.
Okay.
It won't be, but let's just say it's approved September
Gotcha.
1st. Is Jeannie the governor still September 1st?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because the other thing has to get decided. If Jeannie agrees to sell with her siblings, then she can't be the governor. And I assume it would be Bob Iger or Josh Kushner. I assume it would be Iger. But Kushner's putting in more money than Iger, so it might be Kushner. But we'll see. All that is yet to be determined. Let's go next to Mailman in L.A. Hey, Mailman, you're on Sports Graffiti. Go.
Hey, quick thing about the people with very unique names. I have a customer. They have a kid. Their name is spelled ABCD, and the name is Absidy.
Absidy. Okay. ABCD.
Very unique. I thought it was,
I
kind of cool. They came up with it.
Yeah.
I can see how you get Absidy out of that.
I'm trying to remember. Thanks, man. I'm trying to remember the Thompson twins have a middle name. You know, the one plays in Detroit and one plays in Houston.
Oh, Asar and Amin.
Yeah.
Yes.
Their middle name is XLNC. Both.
Excellence?
Yes. But
All right.
spelled excellent. That's
All
good.
right.
That's good use of a middle name.
That's good use of a middle name.
Yeah, exactly. Nick in L.A. Hey, Nick, you're on Sports Graffiti. Go for it.
Hey, good afternoon, gentlemen.
Good afternoon.
Hey, so John, if it's okay, I'd like to touch on two points that are interrelated.
Yeah.
First, I saw on social media Byron Scott essentially, mourning, lamenting the sale of the Lakers to both to Walter and now, of course, to Iger and Kushner. And, he was, in short, essentially discussing how to these guys, it's a toy is the word he used. It's a toy. And he compared it to the absolute, utter, complete dedication and love that Dr. Buss and the Buss family have for the Lakers. I'd like to get your comment on that, but a tangential issue is I don't even watch their dumb show, but I happen to catch a clip of so-called cap. First of all, there's only one cap in this time. That's Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, number one.
Right.
Well, this guy's going off talking about the Buss family and Jeannie Buss with the most vulgar language, just ripping Jeannie, saying she's stabbing her siblings in the back. It's frankly disgusting, John. As someone who's lived here my whole life, a diehard Laker fan, I have loved it. It's the Buss family. They're sacred in this town, in my opinion. And for years, John, for over a decade, this town, the media that you haven't, of course, but the media in this town all over has ripped the Buss family over and over and over again. Well, let's compare that to what's happening with Mark Walter. This guy's not even getting a sniff of difficulty from the media so far. Everyone's giving him, tons of rope here. Why is it that the people in this town, the media in this town, have constantly ripped the Buss family? It sickens me, John.
Well, that's a good call, Nick. Thank you for calling. First of all, let me tackle his call a couple of different ways. One of the issues with whoever owns the Lakers from this point forward is, and I'm not just saying this because I worked for him, you ask anybody. You can ask Michael. You can ask Magic. You can ask Kareem. You can ask Worthy. Jerry Buss is the greatest owner in the history of team sports. He had the highest winning percentage. He spent more money on players. He spent more money on fans. It was an absolute passion for him, Marcus. So anybody that tries to follow him, including his own kids, are following Sinatra.
Yeah.
It's almost impossible to live up to that standard. This, by the way, is why I want the next statue at Crypto to go to Dr. Buss. So Jeannie was in a tough spot anyway, and she knows it. She's talked openly about this on various podcasts, and I've done shows with her where she's talked about it, that following her dad is pretty much impossible because you can never live up to that standard. Mm-hmm. I think that's why, to answer his question, so many people have ripped whoever came next because the other guy was so good. I'll give you an example. I'm the fourth person to sit in Chick Hearn's chair since Chick died. Mm-hmm. All right? It was Paul Sunderland, Joel Myers, Spiro Ditas, now me. Mm-hmm. Everyone thinks I replaced Chick because that's how big Chick's shadow is. There's a statue of him outside the building. He is forever the voice of the Lakers, no matter who comes along. Me, Billy Mack, Spiro, anybody. The job's taken. All right? That's why I think, to answer his question, other owners will forever be criticized because there's no way we'll ever get another Dr. Buss.
No.
Ever.
I also just think there's just because it's just been messy, right? And family dramas can be messy. I mean, I joked, mostly joking, but a little bit serious, that, like, this is what would have happened if the show Succession had gotten another season. I think what we're seeing with the Lakers is what would have happened to Waystar Royco, right? And so because you have this sort of inter-family dynamic of, who wants to run it, who doesn't want to run it, who just wants their money. I just think it was inevitably going to be messy. And when it comes to a thing that is as beloved in this town as the Lakers, there's going to be feeling. Fans are going to feel a certain way about it, and I think that's what you're getting.
Here's Roger in Reseda. Hey, Roger, you're on Sports Graffiti. Go.
Good afternoon. True longtime Dodger fan here. I will not boo Kyle Tucker. He's gone through enough, and I know he's feeling it. As fans, we need to support and get behind this guy. But if he does not perform, we have to sit him down or move him. We can't just leave him out there to have him repeatedly make these mistakes.
Roger,
and one other thing.
hey, Roger, let me ask you. I'll let you get in your last couple of things. But do you think this thing that Dodger fans want to do tonight is going to work to give Kyle Tucker a standing ovation as soon as he comes up to the plate, just to try and snap him out of his funk?
It won't hurt.
Okay, that's a good point. All right, what were your other 2 points?
Stu Lance, is he coming back? How's he doing?
He is coming back. It's going to be in a different capacity.
Good.
I'm not authorized to announce it, but yes, Stu will be doing games this year. Did you have one more?
And Lawrence has retired.
Lawrence has retired. He'll be around, but he won't be calling the games anymore. It has to do with a medical condition. He's not physically able to do it anymore, but he'll be around. And I'm glad you asked about those guys because they're both great guys. Matter of fact, I think both Stu and LT belong in the Basketball Hall of Fame. And I hope if it happens, Marcus, it happens while they're still alive.
Yeah, I mean that's always the worst, right? Is when the folks who are acknowledged aren't around to recognize the honors that they get.
Here is Jay in Pasadena. Hey Jay, you're on Sports Graffiti. Go.
Hey guys, so I spent the first decade of my career working in the private equity industry. We owned a professional sports team that we ended up losing. That was before my time there.
Okay.
But it gives me some parallels to what's happening with Mark Walter. And really, the funny thing with Mark is, he's leading an insurance company. It's like Warren Buffett, right? For Warren invested in stocks and bonds. Here, Mark was just really aggressive. Turned out he was right. He was actually right. He's been making money for his insurance people, but he also was unduly enriching himself and just taking a lot of risks that you normally wouldn't. So it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out, but I do think he's going to lose the Dodgers before that.
I fear you are right, Jay, about him losing because he's just got so much money to make up. He's been an unbelievable owner for the Dodgers, and that doesn't excuse any financial fraud or anything he did that was illegal. It just sucks that we might lose this guy. We haven't lost him yet, but he's going to be a tough act to follow. They've been to the World Series, 4 times? They've won it 3 times. I mean, come on.
Yeah. Again, I've been saying when you get the guys, the group with the most resources, and they also have the most desire to win, that's how you get this group with the Dodgers.
I have a question for you all, and this was brought up by Simmons in his podcast, Bill Simmons. Asterisk at all?
No, not at all.
If you got the money from places that aren't great?
Don't care. No, there's nothing
he
against
is forced to sell if he ends up selling.
It's not against the rules of baseball. Now, he has run afoul of federal law. Nothing he has done has been against the rules of baseball, not even a little bit.
Yeah, I'm trying to, Bruce McNall, who's probably the best comparison for this one. He owned the Kings, and the Kings went to the Stanley Cup Finals with Gretzky in '91 in Montreal and lost them. You never hear anybody saying, well, that team was tainted. Right. It's just Bruce was tainted.
Yeah, I mean, I know the Mets didn't win anything, but, they fell victim to the Ponzi, I can't think of his name, the Ponzi scheme in New York.
Bernie Madoff.
Bernie Madoff. They fell victim to that. That's why we have Bobby Bonilla Day, every June.
Yeah, it's definitely a little crazy, but let's see where it all ends up. I don't think it's going to end well for Mark. I fear that, but maybe he can figure a way out of it. Who knows? All right, coming up next. Yesterday Sua was really good on this subject. There was this story that fifth-year seniors, people who graduated in 2022 from high school, were given an extra year of eligibility and could now, Marcus, come back to college football this season, even if they're in an NFL training camp. So they've turned pro. They're drawing checks from the NFL. According to this judge, they can now come back and play college football. The story has turned again. Another judge weighed in today. We'll give you the latest on that. Mason in Ireland, Marcus in for Mace, ESPN LA.
Don't miss the countdown to kickoff. Presented by BMO, official bank of LAFC.
Join me, Mario Ruiz, on the next edition of Countdown to Kickoff presented by BMO as I talk with MLS legend and former LAFC striker Kai Kamara. Plus, I'll get you ready for LAFC versus Portland Timbers at BMO Stadium. It's Countdown to Kickoff presented by BMO. Tomorrow night at 6:30 p.m.
BMO presents Countdown to Kickoff, hosted by Mario Ruiz on ESPN LA.
When it comes to hiring, other job sites are still huddling, while ZipRecruiter's already in the end zone. What's the advantage? With ZipRecruiter, when you need to hire someone fast, you get them fast, but you also get the best person for your job. It's a win-win. Plus, ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Recruiting a team or looking for fresh talent, ZipRecruiter covers the field with their powerful technology and immediately starts showing your job to the right candidates. That's why over 4 million businesses have used ZipRecruiter to hire, and why 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within 1 day. ZipRecruiter makes hiring faster, smarter, and more efficient from post to hire before the competition can even line up. Get in the end zone with ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. Try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/LA. That's ZipRecruiter.com/LA.
Hi, folks, it's Oral Hershiser, and I couldn't be prouder or more excited to introduce the new Oral Hershiser Chevrolet here in beautiful Chino. Chevrolet has been a part of America's story for over 100 years, built on grit, reliability, and doing things the right way. And that's exactly how we are going to earn your business at Oral Hershiser Chevrolet. So come on in, say hello, and let us earn your trust. Oral Hershiser Chevrolet. Bulldog tough, Chevy strong.
The Circa Million Pro Football Challenge is back. The greatest football contest in the world, coming straight at you from the greatest sports destination in the world, Circa Las Vegas. A guaranteed $6 million is up for grabs, with a cool mill and the coveted blue jacket going to the winner. And hey, if you suck, no prob. Come in last and $100,000 is coming your way. It's $1,000 per entry, max 10 entries per person. Enter in Nevada, play from anywhere. Learn more at circasports.com. Circa Las Vegas, the time of your life.
USC football.
Fight on.
Miller at the 5. Miller in the end zone. Touchdown USC.
The Trojans kick off the season Saturday, August 29th against San Jose State.
Right into a sack. Boom. Down he goes. Dives inside of the end zone. Touchdown USC. Jake Mayava's done it with his feet again.
Kickoff is at noon.
On your home for Trojan football.
USC football is back this fall on ESPN LA. LA's mega sports station. Fight on.
Hey, it's Rich Eisen for Pella Windows and Doors. Sometimes teams take a timeout to regroup and call the right play. When it comes to your home, Pella Windows and Doors always has the winning game plan. They're not just window and door experts. They're experts at taking care of you and your home. At Pella, they find the products that meet your needs and their experts install them. They do it every day, and that's why your neighbors trust them. Discover why Pella is a trusted choice for homeowners everywhere. Visit Pella.com/Eisen today. That's Pella.com/Eisen.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
And it is Mason and Ireland, Friday, a feel-good Friday, an F-It Friday. We got Marcas Grant here with Johnny I. Marcus sitting in for Mace. Of course, Marcas Grant, the NFL Network fantasy guru. You'll hear him tomorrow, along with producer Emily and Sua Cravens. Oh, Sua! As part of the Rams broadcast team, they've got your Toyota Rams countdown to kickoff at 11 a.m. Then post-game, right after the game with all your reaction, right here on ESPN LA. Kickoff at 1 p.m., by the way. Rams Saints, George Sedano on the call. Right now, more of Ireland and Marcus, your Friday afternoon on ESPN LA.
All right, if you were with us yesterday, you heard Sua Cravens give an impassioned plea for college football to get their you-know-what together and not allow people, Marcus, that were already in NFL training camps to come back to college. There were a couple of days there where it was legal. This morning it changed again. A federal appeals court on Friday today temporarily halted a court order that would have granted thousands of athletes who left college after last season an extra year of eligibility. This is the right decision, isn't it?
It's absolutely the right decision. I mean, I don't mind kind of having an exploratory period, right? You talk to scouts, you talk to coaches, you get a feel for where you might be drafted, if you might be drafted, and then you can sort of decide, okay, I'm going to come back. But there has to be a drop-dead period, and it certainly has to be long before you get into an NFL training camp. And it just, I don't know. John, what is the purpose of the NCAA? What exactly would you say you do here?
I have said for years they are the Keystone Cops. We do not need them. They should all go away. They're incompetent boobs. They have been forever. This is just the latest example of them almost stepping in it for what would be the 100th time.
At least.
And so I'm glad that it just seems like who's ever being paid at the NCAA, and they lost me forever. When they threw the book at USC, when Reggie Bush's parents got a house, when the entire SEC, including Alabama, was paying players under the table. The rules have got to be the same for everybody, and they just aren't with them. They don't. Mike Garrett acted like a jackass, the USC athletic director, and they punished USC for it by basically crippling the entire Pete Carroll era by putting him on probation for 3 years. You went to USC. I know I'm not telling you anything you don't know. Speaking of USC, Lincoln Riley was really honest about this.
Mm-hmm.
He said, and this is Lincoln talking, he said, I think we've had to learn, I think we all have, there's things within the rules of the game that there's a place to have an advantage for USC. We would always look at it, and I mean always. In other words, had this rule not been overturned, Lincoln would have been combing NFL training camps looking for people because it was a rule. But to his credit, he says, I definitely wish this wasn't happening right now. And not for any individual's sake, just for the overall good of the game. I think it's something we've looked at in some of these different judges' decisions that have transpired across the country. There's never going to be a stone that's not going to be uncovered, that's not going to be looked at or discussed. But he's right. This was the wrong direction from the get-go. I'm glad they rectified it, at least temporarily, and I hope they don't go back to it.
Yeah, same. And because, again, I think to Lincoln's point, it really isn't good for the game, right? I mean, I think we're losing so many parts of college football, and I get it. They want high-quality games, and you're getting high-quality football at the top levels, right? When you're getting Ohio State versus Georgia and Alabama when they have it rolling, it is great to watch those individual games, but so much about what has made college football great throughout the decades, throughout the generations, has been the tradition of it, the rivalries, the things that you can count on year in and year out.
And also the finality of it.
Yeah.
That you only have 5 years.
Yes.
That these are players that are from 18 to
Well, Sua made
23.
that point yesterday, He said, imagine you're a kid that's been waiting for your opportunity to play, and you've been sitting behind a senior, and the guy leaves, and so it's your team. You've been preparing all summer. It's your team. Your first game's in a month, in some cases 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
And the coach calls you and says, yeah, Fernando Mendoza's coming back. And you're like, well,
now what?
Why did I come here? They're doing the right thing. I'm glad this all worked out. You're working the Ram game tomorrow. Emily's working the Ram game tomorrow. Nate Atkins, who is the Rams insider for The Athletic, said something interesting today. He said he thinks it's just a matter of time until Puka Nacua lands a monstrous extension. He said, I'm not quite at the point of predicting that will come from the Rams, but I know that's definitely everyone's hope. In other words, they haven't given Puka the bag yet.
Mm-hmm.
He has a lot of off-the-field things he needs to work out. I've never thought for a second that this might end badly for Rams and Puka. I either thought Puka will be out of the league or will be playing for the Rams.
Right.
I didn't think about another team. Did you?
Did not. Never crossed my mind. And for me, it was just a question of really more when than if he gets the extension.
Well, I think he's getting suspended.
That's happening too. Although the scuttlebutt at least is that it's not going to be very long, but that some sort of discipline is going to come down.
I think him and Alark Jackson are both going to be unavailable for the 49ers.
Right, for week 1.
Which would be terrible for the Rams, both incredibly important to their success.
Right. And, you asked this earlier, Em, if the Rams do have to go without Puka this year for a few games, can they get by with Davante Adams? Davante Adams led the NFL in touchdown passes caught last year. But, Marcus, what people forget is Puka always drew the other team's best DB. So now that guy slides over to guard Davante. So I don't think Davante is going to be as open as everybody thinks he's going to be because he's going up against the other team's best cover corner, right?
Yeah, and I think also when you look at the touchdowns, a lot of them were short yardage touchdowns. One of the things the Rams loved to do when they got near the goal line is they want to throw the football. You saw a lot of fade patterns. You saw a lot of quick slants. So the touchdown numbers, not that he couldn't get open or make plays, they're maybe a little bit inflated just because of the play calls.
But it was almost like the tush push, where it was almost automatic
really
that Davante Adams get open, even if they're within a 1-yard line, which is so funny because when we watched games last season, Travis and I would just be like, why were they throwing the ball 3 times? You are 2 yards away from that, and you have 2 good backs. So you have both Kyron Williams and Blake Corum that could get you these 2 yards if you needed them. But then let's just throw it 3 times to get it to Davante Adams.
You said that, and everybody who had Kyron Williams on their fantasy team said that too.
Yes, except for Kyron did get us the end zone a lot. It's interesting to me because I think that, and they're already planning for it, they have to assume, let's say max, 4 games?
I think that's the maximum.
Okay,
yeah.
max 4 games.
He's not getting 4 games.
I don't think he's getting that many either.
I think he's getting 1 or 2. At least I think. I don't know.
Travis just says, I think we're both right about how they're throwing it too much within the 5-yard line. But they have to understand, and I know they do, that Puka might not be available. Whether or not it's the suspension, whether or not he gets injured, because he does play very hard and he hurts himself a good amount. I think it's going to be a huge year for Terrence Ferguson. And I'm sure, Marcus, that's on your list of fantasy football people to keep an eye on.
He's very much an interesting person to talk about because there's chatter he could be the third option as a sort of a big wide receiver.
Rams played more 3 tight end sets than any team in the league last year. Almost 70% of the time they went 3 tight ends.
I mean, I think to your point, I think this team is good enough to survive a game or 2 without Puka Nacua, right?
Alaric Jackson, though, is troubling because they don't have a lot of depth.
That is a big deal.
Position.
But I think this comes back to in Sean we trust and sort of believing that Sean McVay is going to draw something up. He's going to work some sort of scheme to kind of make this work. I mean, look, here's a story that last year, a couple years ago, Liam Cohen called up Sean McVay and said, hey, what am I doing wrong? And that Sean McVay actually just talked to him for a couple hours about you can fix this and that. That says to me, Sean McVay is super confident about who he is, what he can do.
Very much.
He can get through a couple of games without his top receiver.
All right, coming up next, we'll circle back to the Dodgers, who will be at Dodger Stadium tonight for Luka Doncic bobblehead night. Every time Max Muncy comes to the plate for the rest of the season, he's going to make money whether he gets any hits or not. We'll explain coming up. Marcas Grant in for Mace. I'm John Ireland, ESPN LA. I get to talk about Jacob Emrani. If you listen to the station, you know that Mason and I have known Jacob for a lot of years. And I'm just going to be dead honest right now. A lot of lawyers aren't honest. They're, what's the old term? A shyster. But Jacob's the opposite. We trust him, we know him, and he backs it up with his clients. If you call Jacob at 800-345-6789, Jacob's the call to talk to him is free. The consultation is free. And here's the best part. You only pay him if he wins. There's no retainer. You don't have to pay Jacob any money. If he doesn't win, you don't owe him a dime. That's peace of mind. Call him at 800-345-6789. Just have to count from 3 to 9 or go to calljacob.com. One more time, 800-345-6789. Calljacob.com. If you want to sit courtside at a Sparks game, visit him on Instagram at call.jacob and look for the giveaway post. You and a friend can hang out courtside, courtesy of Call Jacob. Jacob Emrani, 800-345-6789.
Hey, guys. guys, it's Sedano. Rams preseason game number 2. Our Rams are hosting the Saints at SoFi, and I'll be calling the action alongside Maurice Jones-Drew and DeMarco Farr. Coverage begins at 11 a.m. with the Toyota Rams countdown to kickoff, and then we'll bring you the play-by-play at 1 o'clock in the afternoon tomorrow on your home for Rams football, ESPN LA.
You know, we talk a lot about winning culture in sports, but Mike, you've built that same thing here at Rotolo Chevrolet.
That's exactly right, Travis. For me, it's simple. Take care of your people and they'll take care of the customer.
And it shows. I mean, award-winning dealership, huge reputation across SoCal, and that doesn't happen by accident.
I'm a big believer in no shortcuts. We believe in doing the right thing every time. When your team feels trusted, they step up.
Sounds like a championship mindset to me.
That's the goal. Build a team that wins for our customers every single day.
Guys, Pizza Hut takes me back old school. Birthday parties, Little League, Friday nights, there was always something special about the Hut. Now, celebrate again with Pizza Hut's new throwback value menu. Iconic favorites like a personal pan pizza, breadsticks, and a 2-liter soda starting at just $4. Feed the family with the original stuffed crust pizza, $11.99 for a one-topping medium. Try new additions like triple cheese, mac and gooey s'mores sticks. Go to pizzahut.com or order now on the Pizza Hut app.
Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea just got harder with Twisted Tea Extreme. The hard iced tea taste you know and love, but with an 8% kick of alcohol. Twisted Tea Extreme is made with real brewed tea, goes down smooth, and brings your daytime drinking to the next level. Just look for the bright yellow cans in the cooler and get ready to dial up the fun. Big flavor, extreme kick. Twisted Tea Extreme. Keep it twisted!
Visit Tea Brewing Company, Cincinnati, Ohio. Please drink responsibly.
Did you know Skechers makes high-performance footwear for almost every sport you play? Here's what our athletes are saying.
Hi, I'm pro basketball player OG Anunoby. I dominate in Skechers basketball. Skechers delivers championship-level performance.
I'm WNBA star Jackie Young. Skechers keeps me quick, comfortable, and ready for anything.
And you can get high-performance Skechers and hands-free slip-ins technology. Just step in and perform.
I'm pro golfer Matt Fitzpatrick. I play in hands-free Skechers golf slip-ins.
Find yours at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or whatever high-performance sports shoes are sold.
Progressive presents the Passionate Sports Fan Checklist. Signed jersey of your favorite bench warmer? Check. 14 bobbleheads that look nothing like the players they're emulating? Check. Twin TVs so you can watch the game on 2 different networks simultaneously? Check. Life-size wall sticker of your favorite player that routinely freaks you out at night? Check. A second life-size wall sticker so after the first one freaks you out, you see the second and you're like, oh right, the wall stickers. Check and mate. Bundle your renters and auto insurance with Progressive and save on protection for the things on your checklist. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers not available in all states or situations covered subject to policy terms.
This is the story of the one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand. So shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
The biggest show on the radio.
Simmer down. Just simmer down.
Turn the temperature down a
Did
little.
everybody's mom say simmer down?
I
That
will
was like a
say
common thing in my
that would
house.
never work on me. To tell me to chill out.
Oh, simmer down, man.
Mason and Ireland on 710. Back to the guys.
Today it's Marcas Grant and Ireland as we roll on for a Friday. Did you know about this Max Muncy clause in his contract?
I don't think so.
Okay, so he recently crossed 400 plate appearances for the season.
Okay.
And when he did, he activated one of the more unusual incentive structures in baseball. For every plate appearance, 401 through 550, Muncy earns $15,000 every time he steps to the plate, regardless of what happens.
Okay.
He could strike out 150 times, and he still gets the $15,000 for every plate appearance. It also means each appearance from 401 to 500 carries $35,000 in combined value between this season and next. So, if he reaches all available incentive plate appearances, he collects an additional $2.2 million this year, $3.75 million next year, $6 million in added value altogether. His whole base salary for next year, Marcus, is $7 million, but with these escalators, it pushes it closer to $11 million. He's got a good agent.
He's got a good agent. He's also, for what he provides, he might be the best bargain that the Dodgers have. Because there have been stretches this season where he really has carried this offense. He's not going to be a Hall of Famer, but he's going to go down as one of the great Dodgers of all time. And for it to be a base salary of $7 million, that is an absolute bargain for this ball club.
You host the
Blue Review.
Blue Review every morning.
Mm-hmm.
If the playoffs started tomorrow and all your pitchers were rested and healthy,
mm-hmm.
who gets the ball game one, Skubal or Yamamoto?
My heart says Yamamoto. My brain says if they're trying to manipulate things, it's probably Skubal. But I think the better question is, if I needed one win, who do I give the ball to? And it's Yamamoto, without a question.
The guys from John Boy, the guys on the Talkin' Baseball show, agree with you. They say it's kind of a no-brainer. Here they are.
Look out, dude. He's got deception. Like, the little pause in his delivery is unique to him. When it's all said and done, if we're talking about stuff and pitchability, I think he's number one in baseball.
That's tricky.
Why?
His teammate's Tarek Skubal. Like, I don't know. I might take him.
I think Skubal's more of a bully-type pitcher. Yamamoto can bully, but also I just feel like he has such, like, the command that he has and the sequencing that he does. Skubal's like, I'm coming at you as hard as I can, and my changeup is filthy, but it's like I'm just trying to throw the shit out of it.
You're not wrong. Like, I'm not arguing against it, but it just gets tricky because it's like, okay, am I knocking Skubal because his changeup's so good he's lesser of a pitcher? I don't know.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, like, the rhythm of it. Like, that's why I say ballet.
He's the best ballet pitcher in baseball.
That's a good way of putting it.
Yep.
Ballet. Yeah, very, very good. Well, I think you're right. I think it would be Yamamoto game one, Skubal game two, but we got a lot of season left.
Got a lot of season left. Like I said,
right.
I think it's phenomenal to watch him.
So we were just talking about agents. And are you familiar with this Terrion Arnold story?
Yes.
So Terrion Arnold was a defensive back, played at Alabama, got drafted in the first round a couple of years ago by the Detroit Lions. He and his buddies this past offseason rented an Airbnb in Florida. They had some jewelry, some cash, and some other things, some other valuables, disappear from the Airbnb. Or the Airbnb. Arnold thought mistakenly that the people who owned the Airbnb, who had keys and could get into the house, were the culprits. So a bunch of his boys showed up and beat him up, beat up the owners of the Airbnb. And Arnold was not there. He wasn't one of the guys doing the actual punching.
Right.
But when authorities investigated it, they took the phones of the guys who did, and Arnold was the one who kind of orchestrated it.
Right.
So the end result is he was charged with 8 felony counts. He has not had his day in court. But just the charge was enough to make the Lions cut him.
Mm-hmm.
Just said, we don't want anything to do with this. You're done. And in football, there's very little guaranteed money. It's really easy to cut guys. The Seahawks said, wait a second. He hasn't had his day in court. He's innocent until he's proven guilty. The NFL hasn't issued anything on the personal conduct policy.
But he is on the exempt list, right?
For now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's roll the dice. We can get value here. And I thought to myself, would I want my favorite team to sign that guy? And I thought, maybe I would. But the thing that's interesting about this, Marcus, is it all played out on Hard Knocks. The Seahawks are the team being featured on Hard Knocks. So Terrion Arnold's agent is a woman named Nicole Lynn. She is the head of football at Clutch.
Yes.
Rich Paul's agency. She's very good. Her reputation's excellent. Most people that have dealt with her speak very highly of her.
Mm-hmm.
But in this case, because it's Hard Knocks, we got to hear the conversation between John Schneider, the Hawks GM, and Nicole Lynn, Terrion Arnold's agent.
And one thing about this clip as well, he is walking on a treadmill. So that is that sound.
So he's walking on a treadmill and he sees his phone ring, and it's Nicole, and she wants to talk to him about Terry and Arnold. I just think it's kind of a cool eavesdropping moment. This only runs a minute. Here it is.
Hey, Terry wants me to give his calls to the 7 other teams.
Okay.
I just want to make sure we are 100% good. Nothing I should be, because, literally he has so many offers, and I feel really good about this situation. From a human development point, he feels good, so I just want to triple check, because he's about to call them all and tell them he's going to Seattle.
We're 100% good, buddy. Just waiting. The only thing I'm going to, just so you know, when I talk to him, I'm going to be like, you're coming in here to fit in. This isn't
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
You and I are on the same page there, right?
Want. 100%.
Okay.
I want all that. This is a long-term play.
Yeah, exactly.
In my opinion.
Exactly.
This is a long-term play.
Nicole, I appreciate you reaching back. I appreciate you reaching back out.
I just want to develop the human.
No.
He'll get a chance to play at some level.
But he for sure. No, for sure. But he knows that, right? He knows he's coming to
100%.
Because I'm like, hey man,
100%.
We're here to make you a better person, a better player. There's a lot.
He knows.
Okay, all right.
As long as he will play and do a good, get to play some whatever that looks like. Great.
Yeah, no, for sure. But we don't know. We don't know how long it's going to be, so we'll see.
Exactly. So you got to prepare otherwise.
It's literally this is one of the best interviews we've ever had. The most fun. Yeah, it was awesome.
Marcus, any problem with the Seahawks signing this guy with these 8 felony charges over his head?
I go back and forth on this because I think we all would like for our athletes, for our favorite teams, for our sports team owners to mirror our values, to mirror all the things that we exude, all the positive qualities we have. But it's hard to watch sports on any level and believe that's the case. And so I think what it comes down to as a sports fan, you look around and you have to sort of compromise. And can this guy help us win? And I think for a lot of people, I would say for myself in a lot of situations, this guy can help us win. And I think that's sort of where you kind of have to swallow a little bit of yourself in this, because I think we've sort of lost the purity of, all these athletes, all these coaches, all these owners being, the upstanding virtues of the community that we would love them to be somewhere.
I just think, and Sue and I actually got into a disagreement over this. Sue says if you're an NFL player, and he was, certainly I never was, you understand that the personal conduct policy is always over your head, and that if you disgrace the shield, you're going to get the book thrown at you. So he has no sympathy for Terry and Arnold here, and maybe he doesn't deserve any. But I've always felt, Marcus, that in this country, you're innocent until you're proven guilty. These charges have been dropped on Puka Nacua. He's not being charged with anything. There's a civil case out there. Lark Jackson, same thing. Charges have been dropped. Terry and Arnold's lawyers are arguing that he wasn't even there. This is all going to come up in trial. I think until those questions get answered, you should be allowed to play. Now, if you get found guilty of something, that's it. But even though I feel that way, I think Puka's getting suspended. I think Lark Jackson's getting suspended, and I think there's no way Terry and Arnold doesn't get suspended.
Well, I think along those lines, though, I tend to come down on suicide on this, because the personal conduct policy is not a validation of law or of the legal system. Whatever happens to you within the context of the legal system is one thing. The personal conduct policy is the NFL sort of saying, you are a representative of us. You represent your team. You represent the league. And if you do something...
So is Bob Kraft. So is Mike Vrabel.
But I think that's a fair point, right? Because
so was Jim Irsay when he was alive.
I will say what Mike Vrabel did is very different from what Terry and Arnold is.
100% is different. But
if it's personal conduct...
if it's a personal conduct policy for the league, don't you think owners and executives should be under that umbrella too?
I say that as, somebody who was an employee of the NFL who has had to sit through any number of online seminars about and virtually sign any number of documents about obeying and adhering to the personal conduct policy. But I do think that it is unfair for Puka and Jackson and Arnold to have to be held to this standard while we spent a good chunk of the offseason talking about Mike Vrabel's infidelities and dalliances. We've talked about, as you mentioned, Jim Irsay and Robert Kraft and it seems as though they have sort of skated because, if anything, the owners and the coaches are just as much or even more faces of what the league are than some of the players.
Well, we'll see how it all comes out. But I think the bottom line is, bringing this full circle, I think Puka and Alaric are both going to be suspended for game one because of this personal conduct policy, even if I don't like it. I think it's happening. All right, coming up next, Marcus hosts and has hosted. What year is this for you on the Fantasy Football Show?
Oh, geez. I'm going to say year 13, 12, 13.
So I am not letting an opportunity go by. I'm getting ready for my fantasy draft, the Hollywood Football League. Mason and I have been in it for 27 years. I always finish in the money. Mace's team name is Last Place Mace, so that'll tell you where he finishes. But I've been doing mock drafts, and I need your advice on it's kind of a this or that, like what we do with Matthew Berry during the season. So we'll do that next. First, I get to talk about Blue Ice vodka. Blue Ice is as pure as the Tetons. They only use pristine water, and there's no cleaner way to cocktail. Blue Ice is made from potatoes. Tom Gibson, the guy who runs Blue Ice, taught me early on in this campaign that most vodka that you've had your whole life comes from corn. Blue Ice comes from potatoes. That makes it smoother, creamier, has no burn, gluten-free, no added sugar, 64 calories per ounce. That's it. And everybody I've told to try Blue Ice has hit me back and said, I can't believe I didn't know about this. Thanks for telling me. Comes in 3 flavors, classic, double espresso, and huckleberry. Great price point. Most of the time it's under $20. And it's available wherever you buy liquor. Ralph's, Bristol Farms, Vaughn's, Smart & Final, Albertsons. Ask for it by name at your favorite restaurants and bars. Available everywhere. Blue Ice Vodka, pure as the Tetons.
It's bounce back time at BMO Stadium.
Ah, what a goal!
Sun Hung Men in the black and gold welcome the Portland Timbers to downtown LA in a pivotal Western Conference showdown.
LAFC!
Los Angeles Football Club versus Portland Timbers. Tomorrow night, pregame starts at 7 p.m. on 710 ESPN and the ESPN LA app.
Why do we grill to order at Waba Grill?
It's just better for you.
Waba Grill. It's flavorful.
Pick me up and never put me down.
It's quality. It's fresh. It's spicy. Introducing our new Chili Crisp Dumplings. A spicy twist on a Waba favorite. Bold, crunchy, and tossed in fiery chili crisp. Get yours now, only at Waba Grill. It's for you.
Get early access to Labor Day savings at George Chevrolet. It's Chris Morales. Right now, lease a new 2026 Chevrolet Silverado 1500 LT Crew Cab 4-wheel drive for just $359 a month, plus tax for 36 months. With $39.84 due at signing, visit George Chevrolet off the 91 Freeway Lakewood exit in Bellflower or GeorgeChevy.com. Chevrolet, together, let's drive.
Offer approved credit through GM Financial requires a current Chevy lease and household, plus tax title, license registration, government fees. Down payment includes $85 dealer doc fee. Vehicle subject to prior sale. VIN number TZ349707. Offer ends 8/31/2026. Call 866-949-4805 for details.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-6759. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-6759. That's 800-575-6759. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Mason and Ireland.
They say nobody loses like
sneaky
Steve
bastard. Unbelievable.
Oh, it pays to be a loser, people.
On LA's mega sports station, 710 ESPN.
If you're a loser, it pays.
Back to the guys.
All right, today is Marcas Grant and Ireland. As Mason and Ireland rolls on, we got another hour or so to go. And first, some breaking news. This from Sham Sharania. 6-time All-Star DeMar DeRozan has agreed to sign with the Denver Nuggets on a 1-year, $3.9 million deal. That's a steal for DeMar DeRozan. That is a great signing for the Nuggets. I can't believe a team didn't offer him more than that. But teams are out of money, I guess.
And they just lost Peyton Watson, right? So
yeah,
they needed some replacement.
Yeah, good signing for the Nuggets. That's Kevin Demoff, our friend Kevin Demoff, who runs the Rams, also runs the Nuggets. All right, Marcas Grant has hosted a fantasy football show. What is the exact name of your show?
NFL Fantasy Live.
Okay, and so you talk more fantasy than any friend I have.
Okay.
So I'm going to put that to some good use. I'm in the Hollywood Football League with Mace. We have been in this league. This is all agents, showrunners, writers. This league has been going on since the 90s.
Okay.
And very competitive, very fun. I find a way, 12 teams, I normally find a way to finish in the money.
Mm-hmm.
I think the last 10 years, 8 of the 10 I finished in the money. I think Mace is 8 of the 10 out of the money.
Mm-hmm.
And the way I prepare, I don't know if this is a theory you subscribe to, but the way I prepare is I do a ton of mock drafts. I pick 8th. So I pick a 12. If you go onto ESPN.com, you can type your league in there, and they'll say, do you want to practice a draft? And you say yes. So I'm practicing, picking from the 8th spot. I probably do maybe 15 of these before.
So you know right now where you're picking in the draft?
I do.
Okay.
And so I keep going through. I'm just going to do the first 5 rounds with you. Both of these players, most of the time, are available when I pick. I just need to decide which one. I want you to tell me your opinion, okay?
Okay.
Round 1, I have to decide between Jonathan Taylor of the Colts or Derrick Henry of the Ravens. Who would you tell me to pick?
I'm taking Jonathan Taylor, a little bit younger. Derrick Henry has been a beast for his whole career. I just wonder when the cliff comes. And at some point,
everybody thought it was coming last year, and it didn't.
And here's the thing: it's like predicting the end of the world. You keep predicting it, eventually you're going to be right.
I keep hearing this about LeBron. He's going to drop off. He's going to drop off.
He will. I would rather be a year too early on it than a year too late. So I'm taking Jonathan Taylor.
Okay, this is the only one I'm going to give you. It's my round 2 pick. That's going to have 3 choices.
Okay.
But all 3 of these guys, I'm only going to be able to take one because the other 2 are going to go right after I take the first one.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to need to decide between Drake London in Atlanta. These are all receivers.
Okay.
Drake London in Atlanta, Nico Collins in Houston, Chris Olave in New Orleans. London, Collins, Olave. Who would you tell me to pick?
Drake London. And not just because I'm a USC homer. I think
I loved him at SC.
I think he is the best of the 3. I don't necessarily love any of their quarterbacks.
That's what I was just going to say. Who's going to throw it to him?
I don't love the quarterbacks in Atlanta. I don't really love C.J. Stroud. I'm so on Tyler Shuck. But I think with everything else going on, I think that offense in Atlanta is basically 2 guys. It's Bijan Robinson. It's Drake London.
I tend to disagree with you there only because – but London's great, and he may turn out to be a monster this year. I'm just not a fan at all of Tua.
I get it.
And Michael Penix can't stay healthy.
I get it. I understand your concern.
But given that list of 3, you're taking Drake London.
I'm still taking Drake
London. And, Tua has done some monster years for other wide receivers when he was healthy. So, think back to Tyreek Hill. So he could still throw far. It's just all the numbers for Drake London.
Plus, London's never had a great quarterback, and he's still been really productive.
This one, it's a choice between 2 RB1s.
Okay.
But they both come with issues.
Mm-hmm.
All right? Round 3. Kyron Williams of the Rams or Josh Jacob of the Packers?
I go back and forth on them. I lean a little bit more toward Kyron in this one. I think they're in similar situations in that I think the Packers are going to lean a little bit more on Jordan Love in passing the ball this year, so that may take a little bit off of Jacob's plate. I think for Kyron, he's got to look over his shoulder at Blake Corum, who's probably coming. But for all of that, even for Devontae Adams scoring all the touchdowns he did near the goal line, Kyron Williams had 13 total touchdowns last year.
Yeah, and the year before he had a bunch.
He's been a touchdown monster.
Yeah, but Blake Corum is going to cut into those,
He's
right?
going to eat into that a little bit for sure. But
Jacobs has a lot of injury issues. I love Jacobs when he was on the Raiders.
And
Packers Jacobs has been less healthy.
I still, if you're asking me, and it comes down to it, one, I like the Rams offense a little bit better. I like Sean McVay pulling the strings on that offense more than I like what they got going on in Green Bay.
One question about that. I don't know as much about Josh Jacobs, but I know Kyron and Blake are not necessarily the biggest receiving running backs. Is Josh Jacobs a receiving running back? Okay, so that wouldn't help either case.
Not especially.
All right, round 4. Now, keep in mind, you're going to hear these two names and you're going to go, oh, it's choice B for sure.
Okay.
But keep in mind what Ben Johnson, the Bears coach, has been saying. And keep in mind that he wants to break the all-time scoring record.
Yeah.
And he's going to turn Caleb Williams loose.
Yep.
And DJ Moore is gone. He went to Buffalo. So here's my choice. I like both these guys a lot.
Okay.
Rome Odunze or Devonta Smith in Philly.
Here's the thing. It's not an automatic B for me. I think I might go Odunze because I've been all in on the Bears offense this offseason. Colston Loveland is my number 3 tight end. I know the Luther Burden hype train.
Is it RB1 or a wide receiver 1 there or no?
I think he is. The Luther Burden hype train.
And Devontae is now with A.J. Brown gone, right? He's wide receiver 1.
Yes,
right?
for sure. I'm not as big on Luther Burden as a lot of people. Mostly because of where he's going. He's hurt right now too. So I'm okay with Rome Odunze in that spot.
That's really, I can't go wrong there, right? With either Odunze or Devonta Smith.
I don't think so.
And a better sophomore season.
Right. And you're talking about them as your wide receiver 2 at this point, too, right? If you've got Drake London or whoever it is that you take as your first wide receiver, you're talking about Odunze or Smith as your WR2.
I was hoping to take, with that 8th pick, Amon-Ra St. Brown. I've had him 2 years in a row. He's great.
Good luck to him falling that far.
Yeah, I'm finding that in most mock drafts, he's gone by the time it gets to me.
Yeah, I've been surprised to see him if he ever gets out of the top 5.
He's a target machine.
If he gets out of the top 5, it's a shock to me.
Okay. I need you to comment on 2 things here.
Okay.
Round 5, in our league, quarterbacks are overvalued. I'm in a standard scoring system. The quarterbacks you get, so it's like a hybrid between standard and PPR.
Okay.
You get, if a quarterback throws a touchdown pass, you get 6 points. If he runs, you get 6. But for every 50 yards he throws for, you get 1.
Okay.
And so if a guy's putting up 400 yards every week and throwing a couple of touchdowns, you can ride that to a win. So Josh Allen's going to be gone by round 5 in our league.
Yes.
But in most of the mocks I've been doing, it looks like I'm going to have a choice between Lamar Jackson or Joe Burrow. Where would you point me?
Still Lamar, just because I want those cheat code yards. I want those rushing yards because for Joe Burrow,
Marcus Burrow, I had him 2 years ago when I won the whole thing. He throws when it's like first and goal on the 1.
He does.
Yeah.
I think the thing with Burrow is that when you have a quarterback who doesn't run, then he has to be an elite level Burrow type passer, and he can do it. But for Lamar Jackson to win in fantasy, he just has to be an above average passer, which he is. Plus, you're going to get 600 to 800 rushing yards out of Lamar Jackson. So I think that's the difference right there. Plus, Joe Burrow, you always have the risk that he may just miss, 2, 4, 6 games during the season.
Okay, so to recap, in round 1, you would take Taylor over Henry.
Yep.
Round 2, Drake London over Collins or Olave.
Yes.
Round 3, close, but Kyron over Josh Jacobs. Round 4 is a pick'em between Odunze and Devonta Smith.
But I still lean Odunze. I'm fine.
Okay. And then round 5, you take Lamar over Burrow.
Yes.
Okay, that's helpful.
Yep.
All right, I'll let you know how it goes.
Cool.
Our draft is the Tuesday before that Wednesday night Ram game.
I love that you did this with Mace out of the country, too, by the way.
Well, you know what? He always does something incredibly stupid every year. Like he'll go, first 4 picks, he'll take 4 running backs. And his theory is, I'll just trade him for better players. No, because the 4th round running back you're taking, everybody else is not passing on running backs. But let's see. What's weird is when we play head-to-head, he normally wins, and at the end of the season, I'm light years ahead of him. All right, fast track right around the corner. But first, right now, call 877-710-ESPN. 877-710-ESPN. Caller number 7 wins a 4-pack of general admission tickets to watch Nebraska take on Texas in women's college volleyball at COSM on Sunday, August 30th. If you've never been to Cosm, you got to see this. Experience every serve, spike, and big moment in Cosm's immersive shared reality environment. For more info and tickets, visit Cosm.com, only with ESPN LA. Fast Track. M's got stuff for us. Brian's got stuff for us. They'll throw it out at next, ESPN LA.
It's bounce back time at BMO Stadium.
Oh, what a goal!
Sun Hung Men in the black and gold welcome the Portland Timbers to downtown LA in a pivotal Western Conference showdown.
LAFC!
Los Angeles Football Club versus Portland Timbers. Tomorrow night, pregame starts at 7 p.m. on 710 ESPN and the ESPN LA app.
Hey, John Ireland here. Here in Los Angeles, our city water is loaded with chlorine and chemicals. That's why I got a Life Source whole house water system. It cleans and conditions water from every tap for healthier water with no salt and no regular maintenance. Upgrade your water and your life with Life Source. I did, and I'll never go back. Call the Life Source California factory today at 800-WATER-99 or visit lifesourcewater.com. Life Source water, it's not just better, it's essential. Life Source. Taste and feel the difference. Warranty limitations apply.
Oh, hey, Sarah. Did you hear my daughter Katie got Camper of the Week?
That's a big deal.
We got a big deal, too. Right, Mom?
Honey, shh.
What's that?
Okay, that Hyundai Santa Fe, I only paid...
Nice.
Deal's so right, it almost feels wrong. The Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Get 0% APR plus 0 payments for 90 days on the Tucson, Santa Fe, or Santa Fe Hybrid. See your SoCal Hyundai dealer. Offers end September 8th. Call 714-568-7676 for details.
Being a sports fan in Los Angeles can be unpredictable. Your ice cream shouldn't be. For over 80 years, Thrifty has delivered the exact same legendary experience right down to our signature cylindrical scoop. It's the brand this city was raised on and the easiest call you'll make on game day. Skip the debate. Just grab the carton everyone already agrees on. Thrifty Ice Cream, a California classic. Available at most major retailers.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. Rams preseason game number 2. Our Rams are hosting the Saints at SoFi, and I'll be calling the action alongside Maurice Jones-Drew and DeMarco Farr. Coverage begins at 11 a.m. with the Toyota Rams countdown to kickoff, and then we'll bring you the play-by-play at 1 o'clock in the afternoon tomorrow on your home for Rams football, ESPN LA.
Progressive presents the Passionate Sports Fan Checklist. Signed jersey of your favorite bench warmer? Check. 14 bobbleheads that look nothing like the players they're emulating? Check. Twin TVs so you can watch the game on 2 different networks simultaneously? Check. Life-size wall sticker of your favorite player that routinely freaks you out at night? Check. A second life-size wall sticker so after the first one freaks you out, you see the second and you're like, oh right, the wall stickers. Check and mate. Bundle your renters and auto insurance with Progressive and save on protection for the things on your checklist. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers not available in all states or situations. Covered subject to policy terms.
This is the story of the one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand. So shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Prizes, flyaways, even cash money. You want it? We've got it. Find a list of all contests and official rules by visiting ESPNLAcontests.com.
That's ESPNLAcontests.com.
710 ESPN, your home for the 17-time world champion Lakers.
KSPN Los Angeles, a good karma brands radio station.
And it is 2 p.m. in the Southland on the biggest show on the radio, Mason and Ireland.
And it is time for Fast Track.
Fast Track.
The return of Fast Track, driven by our friends at Cerritos Auto Square. Why do more people buy their car at Cerritos Auto Square than from any other location in Southern California? Easy. With 24 dealerships side by side, car shoppers can find the right car at the right price at the right location. Cerritos Auto Square. Learn more at CerritosAutoSquare.com.
Time for Fast Track.
Down low is 350Q, 3.25 horsepower, 4-speed, 410 gears, 10 coats of competition orange, hand rubbed lacquer with a blue plain manifold, open race cams.
Fast Track on Mason and Ireland.
Time for Fast Track. Take it away, Mace.
All right, no Mace today. Marcas Grant in for him. Zoom, Emily, what do we got?
Before we get to my fast track, I want to remind everybody the 13th annual SoCal Hyundai ESPN LA Golf Classic presented by Vista Paint is back next Friday, August 28th. Tune in for the all-day live broadcast at Black Gold Golf Club in Yorba Linda. Proceeds benefit the V Foundation for Cancer Research, brought to you by your SoCal Hyundai dealers. So the Premier League began their season today. Arsenal took on Coventry City. Coventry City is playing in the Premier League for the first time since May 19th, 2001.
Wow.
They got promoted this past season based off what they did in the Champions League. And Arsenal ended up winning 3-0. They are the reigning English Premier League champions. But got me thinking, should every sport have promotion and relegation? Would this solve the bad ownership?
Not only should every sport do it, it would be so great for fans. I can't even describe it, but we'll never do it in America, Marcus, because I mean, like the Angels would have been relegated 10 years ago.
They might never be back.
Right. And then Artie Moreno would try and go to court to get them back into MLB. I just don't think American sports is structured the way the English Premier League is. But I would love to see it. I think it would be a great motivator to keep teams out of the cellar, right?
I'm with you on that. I think it's a motivator to keep teams out of the cellar, but also there still would be intrigue for some of these bottom-feeding teams, these games between bottom-feeding teams.
There also might be an FA
season.
Cup kind of thing. So the FA Cup in England is where the different leagues play each other. So, you know, you could have an Angels go on a tear and beat the team in the top, and they get a little trophy.
Yeah, but relegation, it would be, I mean, you would eliminate the problem of apathetic owners and owners who don't give it. Guys like Artie Moreno immediately. And, you know, like, Marcus, the other thing I've proposed, and this could be a league charter and it would end up in court, but I think, remember, leagues can make their own rules. Mm-hmm. I think in the four major sports, football, baseball, basketball, hockey, if you buy a franchise and you don't make the playoffs for 10 consecutive seasons, you're required to sell your franchise at market value. I'm not going to make you like.
So you can't turn a profit on this.
No, you can't.
Or you can, but
you can't be in the league anymore.
I'm fine with that. I mean,
yeah, but the owners would have to pass the vote, and they'll never do it.
They would never do that.
But come on, 10 years is enough.
10 years is enough.
If you can't win in 10 years,
well, and especially in places, I mean, baseball being a prime example of this, where you have teams that like to cry poverty. You know, you've got the A's or the Pirates who sort of turn their pockets inside out, where it's just a matter of you're just not trying, it feels like.
Yeah, to me, it'd be great. Relegation, M, to your question, would be awesome. And my rule, where if you don't have a winning season for 10 years, get out. Fans would throw a giant party. I mean, Marcus, there are Angel fans at every game taking off their shirts and waving them above
the old
their
tarps
heads,
off.
yelling, sell the team, sell the team.
And I will say the promotion is also something to celebrate. So today, Coventry City, is playing in their first game in the Premier League in 25 years. And even though they lost the game today, their fans that were in Arsenal Stadium got a chance to celebrate. Like, this is their first time in the Premier League in 25 years. They had a party.
Yeah, good for them. BC, what do you got?
Fast track. All right, we're talking about fantasy football last segment, and I knew you said you had the 8th overall pick in your upcoming draft.
Yeah.
First year, my fantasy league has actually given us the draft order beforehand. Usually we do a little randomized, like 5 minutes before the draft. Just saw a video, though, from the Phillies doing their fantasy football draft order, a little closest to the pin, hitting golf balls.
Okay.
There was one clip of somebody, kind of shanking it on purpose, it seemed like. So that kind of brings up the question here. If you had to choose, you get perfect world. Do you want the first pick? Is it better to have the 12th pick in a 12-man league? Where do you want to pick in that first round, or where is the sweet spot?
I've won the league from almost every spot, or at least placing the money in the league from almost every spot. Marcus, I'm picking 8th. I don't mind it. I think the ideal spot in a 12-team league would be to pick 6th.
So you're just right in the middle. So
yeah, but I heard Adam Schefter got asked this question, Brian, the other day, and he said, no, you want 1 or 2.
So people have researched this. Statistically speaking, the team with the number 1 pick wins. They have the highest percentage of winning their league, which makes sense because not only do you get the first pick and, in theory, the best player off the board. So you're getting either –
would you take Bijan or Jameer Gibbs?
I'm Bijan.
Okay.
So, but it's funny. This is a year because it goes either way because it's kind of a coin flip. This is the year I want the number 2 pick. That way that decision's made for me.
There you go.
That's it.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember, I used to do a radio show with Jim Mora, the older Jim Mora, the former coach.
Playoffs?
Yeah, that guy.
Mm-hmm.
One of the great guys of all time, by the way. Learned more doing that show in 3 years with Jim. We just did a Sunday NFL show during the games.
Mm-hmm.
It was me and him and Billy Ray Smith, who, hail fellow well met. Billy Ray just passed away about a week ago. But Jim told me a story that the Colts had the number 1 pick and the Chargers had the number 2 pick. And the Colts had to decide between Peyton Manning and Ryan Leaf.
Yeah.
And he said, well, I'm glad we got the number 1 pick because I wouldn't want to be left with what the other guy does. And that's exactly how it worked out. Manning turned out to be a Hall of Famer. Ryan Leaf, bad
Flamed
pick.
out. Yep.
Yeah. So there you go. But good question, Brian. All right. So there is a, Marcus, there is a Greek basketball owner. So a guy in Greece.
Yeah.
Who wants to buy Nikola Jokic out of his contract after next season and bring him to Greece. Jokic has a player option after this year when he's scheduled to make around $60 million. If he opts in for the following year, he makes another $61 million. So that'd be $121 over 2 years. Just for fun, let's say Greece offers him $100 million to go there for 1 year.
Mm-hmm.
We'll give you I know you're going to make 60 and then 61. We'll give you $100 million if you come for just 1 year. Would you encourage him to take it?
Yeah. I think he would. I don't think he would need much of a push. I think he would take it. It's a chance to get a little bit closer to home. He can go back to Europe because what does
and
he
if
have
it's only
to prove?
for 1 year, he could come back and make the
Come back
60
if
the
he
year
wanted
after
to.
that.
But also, what does he have to prove still in the NBA? He's been the best player or one of the best players for a handful of years now. He's won MVPs. He's won a championship. If there's one thing we know about Nikola Jokic is that
he's kind of unimpressed with everything.
I think he enjoys the basketball of it all.
Yeah.
But everything around the basketball, he doesn't care. So if you're this Greek billionaire, you can lure him away to Europe. You can take your money and import his horses or just get him some more horses. I don't think it would take much of a push to get Jokic to go do that.
Em, would you tell Jokic to take the Greek money or stay in the NBA?
I would encourage him to stay in the NBA if you're going to go out there and compete for championships. Like, if you're going to play the best basketball available to you, you have to stay in the NBA. That's important to him.
Brian, how about you?
For him, I would say take the Greece money, go over there. To that point, too, he seems like he enjoys living over there, that kind of lifestyle better, too. So,
but it's not Greece. It's not Serbia. It's Greece. It's a different country.
But it's $100 million. $100 million is $100 million. It's kind of almost like a live golfer. You're going clearly for the money. You're not going for the competition or anything else. But it'll be interesting to see if the guy does it. That he gives Jokic that choice. That'd be really interesting to see. All right, coming up, more Fast Track. First, let me tell you about ZipRecruiter. If you are hiring, you got to use ZipRecruiter because right now you can use it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/LA. Ian Siegel, the guy who invented ZipRecruiter, puts it simply. They don't leave anything to chance. With ZipRecruiter, when you need to hire, you get the right fit for any role fast. How fast? 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. No wonder ZipRecruiter is the number 1 rated hiring site in the game based on G2. Go use that website for free. Post your job for free at ZipRecruiter and watch the candidates roll in. ZipRecruiter.com/LA. ZipRecruiter.com/LA. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire.
It is Fast Track on Mason and Ireland on 710 ESPN, the all-new ESPN LA app, and always on YouTube at ESPN Los Angeles, driven by Cerritos Auto Square.
It is time for Fast Track.
Fast Track.
Why do more people buy their car at Cerritos Auto Square than from any other location in Southern California? Easy. With 24 dealerships side by side, car shoppers can find the right car at the right price at the right location. Cerritos Auto Square. Learn more at CerritosAutosquare.com.
Time for Fast Track.
More Fast Track next.
DeMarco and Travis have taken over Afternoon Drive.
I think I have a new reason not to hate Sam Darnold, but just...
That's an interesting setup. Where's this going?
Weekdays starting at 3 p.m.
You can't hate Sam Darnold. He's a good dude.
He seems to be.
But I'm happy he's their quarterback. Is that fair to say?
I understand that.
This is going to be so wrong from what I'm saying. I heard his in-game interview, and they were talking about his offseason. Like, how's your offseason been? Of course, he just won the freaking Super Bowl, right?
Sure.
His answer was, I got married, and then I won the Super Bowl.
Was his wife sitting next to him when he said that?
No, he's on the sideline. This is why I don't like Sam Darnold.
She may have been watching or listening.
You know why? His priorities are right. I don't want my quarterback to have his priorities right.
Afternoons with DeMarco and Travis starting at 3 p.m. on 710 ESPN, the all-new ESPN LA app, and live on YouTube.
Tired of watching life from the bench? It's time to get in the game. Globe Life is looking for people who want more than just a job. Set your own schedule and help families protect what matters most. No experience? No problem. Training is provided, and you don't need anything to get started. It's not a desk job, it's a shot at building your legacy on your own terms. Your road to the championship starts at GlobeLifeCareers.com. Globe Life, official life insurance of the Los Angeles Lakers.
Mike, you've been around a lot of teams, and what you've built at Rotolo Chevrolet, it just feels different.
Travis, I appreciate that. It all starts with believing in our people. If you empower them, they'll do right by the customer.
And that's where the culture comes from.
Exactly. We don't just sell cars. We focus on giving customers what they want and making it a great experience.
That's why people like me keep coming back. I've been here 3 times.
That's the win for us. I get to keep seeing you. Long-term relationships, not just transactions.
Rotolo Chevrolet, #1 for a reason.
Progressive presents the Passionate Sports Fan Checklist. Signed jersey of your favorite bench warmer? Check. 14 bobbleheads that look nothing like the players they're emulating? Check. Twin TVs so you can watch the game on 2 different networks simultaneously? Check. Life-size wall sticker of your favorite player that routinely freaks you out at night? Check. A second life-size wall sticker so after the first one freaks you out, you see the second and you're like, oh right, the wall stickers. Check and mate. Bundle your renters and auto insurance with Progressive and save on protection for the things on your checklist. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers not available in all states or situations covered subject to policy terms.
This is the story of the one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand. So shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Fast Track.
And it is Fast Track on 710 ESPN. Mason and Ireland on the all-new ESPN LA app, 7:10 a.m. and always on YouTube at ESPN Los Angeles. Fast Track now back in the 2 p.m. hour on Mason and Ireland, driven by Cerritos Auto Square. Why do more people buy their car at Cerritos Auto Square than from any other location in Southern California? Easy. With 24 dealerships side by side, car shoppers can find the right car at the right price at the right location. Cerritos Auto Square. Learn more at CerritosAutoSquare.com. Once again, back to Fast Track and back to Mason and Ireland on 710.
Today it is Marcas Grant and Ireland. And what do you got next, Em? Zoom, zoom.
So yesterday I saw my 4th Anne Hathaway movie of the year. It's called The End of Oak Street, and it's a Twilight Zone-esque movie set in like 1980s. And a family is in a home, and then their home gets taken back to prehistoric times. What are we doing? So it's a bunch of dinosaurs in the movie. Honestly, the most fun I've had watching a movie all year.
Really? Is that good?
The entire crowd was laughing, was like cheering, was crying. Like everybody was really into it.
Like
So
surprise of the summer kind of movie? You think it's going to like take off? Or?
No, I don't think that.
So it's a niche movie.
I liked it. So if you want to have a good time at the movie theater, maybe have a gummy, go see this movie. It's fun. But got me thinking, I've realized this about myself. I don't care about space. I don't give
Don't say that to Michael.
I will.
Yeah.
I don't care at all about space. What I do care about is dinosaurs. So if you had to see a movie about either space, people stuck in space, space coming towards you, whatever, space, or a movie about dinosaurs, what would you pick?
Easy for me. Space. I've never seen any of the Jurassic Park movies.
Really?
Well, that's a mistake.
That's a mistake.
They are some of the best movies
At
of all
least
time.
the first few you
I've
gotta see.
seen The Martian. I've seen Gravity. I've seen Apollo 13. Space movies.
You haven't seen Jurassic Park?
Any
It's
of them.
insane.
Any of them.
That is wild.
I will say, if
How
I have
about this,
one,
Marcus? I've never seen a Harry Potter movie.
well, that's
I've
you can
never-
miss that.
I can see how
I've
you.
never seen a Lord of the Rings movie.
You can miss that as well.
Yeah, I can see how those would have missed you, though. I get that.
Yeah.
But John, if I had one movie to crowd please as many people as possible, it's always Jurassic Park.
Really?
It is the most.
It is
No one
amazing.
hates it. Everyone either
Okay.
likes it or loves it. No one hates Jurassic Park.
Marcus, how about you? Space or dinosaurs? You have to pick one.
I think it probably would be dinosaurs in the sense that dinosaur movies are fun because they're attacking, you're running. I mean, I say this as somebody who
campy.
somebody who loves Godzilla, right? Like dinosaur movies are fun, and I enjoy movies about space, but they are a lot more thoughtful. It's you out in the void.
One guy
thinking about-
stuck up there.
thinking about your life and all the things that you did wrong or what you would do when you got home. Like, it's not. Space are not popcorn movies usually.
And I would say you will love End of Oak Street.
Okay.
But how
All right.
old is your child?
He's 7.
It's too scary for him.
Okay.
All right. By the way, BC, space or dinosaurs? Pick one.
I think I'd also go dinosaurs.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah. So I'm the only one that picked space.
I'm very curious about this though. Like, I feel like I probably will see it when it gets to streaming, but I'm very.
It'll be
in
on
it.
streaming on HBO because it's a Warner Brothers movie. And I will say, I think I deserve a punch card for my Anne Hathaway movies. I've seen 4 this year. I get to see Verity for free.
Wait a minute. She's not in this movie, though.
No, she is.
She's in this.
She's been in Mother Mary.
Okay.
She's been in Devil Wears Prada 2.
Right.
She's been in
The Odyssey.
The Odyssey. She's been in End of Oak Street. And then she's going to be in Verity at the end of the year where she gets to kiss Dakota Johnson. That's the selling point of this movie.
That's what's getting people in the
Wow.
theater, huh?
I mean, you're sold. All right, BC, what do you got?
Fast track.
I was a little bummed out yesterday. All the Little League World Series games got rained out, weather
saw
delays.
that,
So
yeah.
none of them. They were scheduled
On a
I think,
day you
6.
didn't have to work, so you
Right.
had to come up with something else to do.
I was ready to sit there and watch some Little League baseball. Well, fret not. Today's games, right now, we got Texas has a chance at a walk-off in the bottom of the 6th here against Washington. But the real story here comes, there's been 2 no-hitters today. So all the games are being made up today, so there's at least 10 games.
Gotcha.
2 no-hitters have been already pitched today. Curacao no-hit Japan, combined no-hitter. And then the California team, I think from San Diego, they got no-hit by Iowa.
Okay.
Iowa no-hit them, so 2 combined no-hitters. But the story from Iowa here is the starting pitcher led off the game with a solo home run. They won 1-0.
And he threw a no-hitter.
No-hitter combined, he got, I think, 5 2/3. 15 of the 17 batters he faced struck him out. Is this not one of the most dominant performances, somebody can have? Hitting the solo home run,
Of course.
striking out
but,
15 of the
okay,
17?
So, Marcus, if you could, this kid's 12, would you buy stock in him making it to the major leagues just based on one day?
Not at all.
Yeah,
Not at
it's
all.
too hard.
It's
Baseball's
too hard. And
But good luck to him.
best of luck to him. But also, what happens is, there's always that kid who's 12 years old, who's bigger, who develops faster than everybody else, like the kid who has the mustache at 12, right? And eventually, what happens is all the other kids kind of catch up to him along the way. That the other kids start to develop, or you get to high school and you find that the level of competition is as good or better. So. I mean, I know there's a lot of guys who have made it to the major leagues who played in the Little League World Series, but for the most part, a lot of those kids just end up doing other things when it's over.
Right. Brian, did you see it? Did you see this kid?
No, that game was on this morning, so I didn't really
Okay.
catch too much of it.
I wonder if he and Washington just eliminated Texas. But a lot of those kids, like I always wonder, for years, Marcus, you're a little younger than me, but for years, every year the World Series final, which was on Wide World of Sports, was a U.S. team against a team, and all that said across their chest was Far East,
right?
Which was code for Japan.
Yes.
And they just boat raced us for about 15 years in a row. I go, why aren't there like tons of Japanese guys in the big leagues? And now there are.
Yep.
Look at the Dodgers. It's Sasaki, Yamamoto, Shohei. Almost every team has a Japanese dude. It finally happened. It just took forever.
It took a long time, but yeah, I remember playing Little League. I remember the the first time I saw a curveball, it was a kid who was like 12 years old. He had a mustache. I just remember he smiled at me, but it wasn't like a friendly smile. It was one of those like, just wait for what's coming.
I'm going to eat you.
Right, and then I flailed weakly at a curveball and walked back to the dugout.
Have you ever seen the picture of Klay Thompson's Little League team? Let me.
I don't think so.
Okay. So I'm pulling.
Wait, maybe is this the one? Was Kevin Love on this team?
Yes, that's why I'm
I think I
pulling
have
it up.
seen.
Okay,
Yeah.
so these are all 12-year-olds. Okay, so Klay is the bottom row on the left. Marcus, look at how big Kevin Love is in the middle in the back row.
Right.
It looks like a Babe Ruth playing with a bunch of 8-year-olds. Can you? And of course they were loaded. So that's Klay.
Yep.
And that's Kevin Love.
Well, it's like I remember King Griffey Jr. saying when he was playing Little League that because he was a bigger kid and that his parents would have to bring his birth certificate to the ballpark.
Do you see the name of the team across the shirt?
What, I can't see. What is that? The Lakers.
Yeah, isn't that
Where
weird?
were they? Lake Oswego, right?
Yeah.
Is that where they were?
Yeah, but the name of their team was the Lakers. All right, coming up next is Jordan Rodriguez going to join us. If you didn't watch the Rams-Chiefs preseason game last week, Jordan, we'll ask her. I don't know if she's ever done it before. They threw her in the booth along with Rob Havenstein and J.B. Long. She just crushed it.
Absolutely.
Like, crushed it. My guess is she had done it before, but if that was her first time, she's a natural. We'll pick her brain about the Rams coming up next. Marcus and Fermace. By the way, Marcus's game today in about 20 minutes. You want to give us a preview or you want to surprise us?
I can give you a preview. Well, it's a former Laker great. It is his birthday today.
Okay. So we got that coming up in about 20 minutes. Jordan Rodriguez next. Marcus and Fermace, ESPN LA.
It's bounce back time at BMO Stadium.
Ah, what a goal!
Sun Hung Men in the black and gold welcome the Portland Timbers to downtown LA in a pivotal Western Conference showdown.
LAFC!
Los Angeles Football Club versus Portland Timbers. Tomorrow night, pregame starts at 7 p.m. on 710 ESPN and the ESPN LA app.
There you were, surrounded by fans, sharing wings, sharing drinks, high-fiving random strangers. Everybody remembers the game, but nobody remembers the guy coughing behind you until a few days later. It's 2 o'clock in the morning. You wake up, you got a fever, your throat's on fire. So now what? Urgent care closed, ER slammed, telehealth? Maybe, but the pharmacy's closed. You need a medical emergency kit. These are not first aid kits, everybody. They contain essential prescriptions used for over 30 common conditions, sinus and ear infections, UTIs, stomach bugs, traveler's diarrhea, and more. You can even use your doctor-developed guidebook to select the right prescription or call their telemedicine doctor standing by. It's like an urgent care in a drugstore in your house. When you're sick, traveling, or stranded, you'll wish you ordered a medical emergency kit. Order online in minutes, and it's shipped to your door. Save $45 with our promo code 710 at urgentcarekit.com/710. That's promo code 710 at urgentcarekit.com/710.
On September 2nd, DraftKings Game Day arrives with massive deals, exclusive deals, and an all-day celebration built for sports fans. The DraftKings Sports app now available in all 50 states. That means California from Texas to Florida. One app, every sport, all 50 states. Remember the date, September 2nd. DraftKings Game Day is the kickoff of a new season and the biggest day in sports history. New DraftKings customers sign up with code LA710, spend $5 to get $150 in rewards within 14 days. That's code LA710 in partnership with DraftKings. The crown is yours. Event trading offered by DraftKings Predictions, a CFTC registered introducing broker. Trading involves risk of loss. Market availability varies. Eligibility restrictions do apply. $50 every 7 days via click-to-claim issued in non-withdrawable predictions dollars that expire in 1 year. Ends August 23rd. Terms dkng.co/predictions promo. Nationwide based on sportsbook, predictions, and free-to-play sports contest availability. Varies by state.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
John's day is off to a slow start. So he heads to AutoZone, where he can get a battery for under $100. Lonnie, a local AutoZoner, tests his battery for free. Looks like he just needs a charge, and Lonnie does that for free too. In no time at all, John is back on the road. ready to finish the day strong. Free battery testing and charging at every store. No hassles, just help.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Rich Eisen here with some advice. If high-interest credit card debt is grinding you down, it might be time to call an Audible with a SoFi personal loan. It consolidates your debt into one low monthly payment with no fees required. And with as soon as the same-day funding, you can make the right play fast. Call an Audible on your debt today at SoFi.com/debtplay. Loans originated by SoFi Bank N.A. Member FDIC. Terms and conditions apply. NMLS 696891. Fast funds terms apply at SoFi.com/debtplay.
Hi, this is Devontae Adams of your LA Rams. The biggest show on the radio, this is Mason in Ireland. LA's mega sports station, 710 ESPN. Listen to every Rams game on the all-new ESPN LA app.
All right, Mason and Ireland, Marcas Grant sitting in for Mace. Tomorrow, the Rams play at SoFi Stadium against the New Orleans Saints. Marcus will be there, Emily will be there, and in the booth, along with JB Long and Rob Havenstein, will be our next guest, Jordan Rodriguez, who covers the NFL for The Athletic. Jordan, thank you for doing this. How are you?
I'm doing great, man. You guys really rolled me in the right way. I appreciate it.
Well, had you done a game before that Chiefs game? Had you ever been a color analyst for an NFL game before that?
That was the first time I've ever done that in my entire life, other than maybe I had like a panic dream about it one time, you know?
Well, you killed it.
It was so much fun, you guys.
You absolutely crushed it. I'll give a little credit to my guy JB Long. I'm the Jordan, as I told JB when we had him on, I'm the president of the JB Long fan club. I just think he's a great play-by-play guy, and he did a good job of teeing up you and Rob. But Jordan, you're going places. If you want to do this, it's there for you. So, and congrats on that. Let me start with this. I asked JB this too. How excited, in your opinion, are Rams fans allowed to get with Ty Simpson going 21 of 25 and throwing 2 touchdowns? I know it was against a second-string defense. I know it was in a preseason game. But those numbers are pretty staggering, Jordan. Is it something or nothing that he was able to do that in his very first preseason game?
Well, yeah. I mean, first of all, I think anyone should be as allowed to get excited as they want about football being back in the first place, right?
Right,
but
amen.
Also with Ty, I think it's a great thing to have seen that. And I think for fans, it was a great thing. I think for coaches, it was a great thing, too, because you guys remember, I mean, this is a guy who barely got any snaps in training camp, in the bulk of training camp. I know they're still technically in training camp, but at LMU, I mean, man, maybe 30 snaps total, and especially when Matthew Stafford was on the rest days. So for him to go out and be calm, be poised, less so than the stats for me, it was his huddle operation, his clarity with how he was executing, what the coaches set up for him. And I will say that's another truth. It seemed to me like the coaches did a really great job of setting the table for him with things that build confidence for a quarterback, starting with the bootlegs that they did, the rollouts. You know, Ty Simpson, when his tape is its best from Alabama, it's him being able to execute on the run with some of the similar concepts. And so I think for him, those are all really, really positive things. And you really want to see, can he run this offense? And the preseason offense is not the offense the Rams run right now. Obviously, Matthew Stafford being at quarterback is like just going to take you into another stratosphere. And certainly conceptually, they don't want to show too much either. But they really wanted to see how he would play in a game, how he would approach the game, how he would return from success like that and come back to it. And it sounds like he just got right back to work. And so did Stetson Bennett. So I think for this, for what it was, and for being, I'd say probably like a very 2018 version, 2017 version of the scheme, I think it's really, really positive to take a step forward like this. And like I mentioned, the operation itself, how clean he was in and out of the operation, that is what coaches are actually looking at right now, less so the stats. And I think everybody came away feeling pretty positive about that.
Jordan, obviously we know, you mentioned Matthew Stafford at the quarterback spot. There aren't a lot of roles sort of up for grabs on this roster in general. But one thing I've been looking at is we know Puka's the number one receiver. We know Devontae Adams is going to get his opportunities. it does feel like either for that third wide receiver spot or that big tight end slot receiver spot that there's still something to be decided. I mean, any feelings on what Sean McVay and that coaching staff might be looking at there?
Yeah, Marcus, you already know you're speaking my language with the power slot reference right there. With putting the big tight end there. I think for me, it's a multiple things at once because this offense is going to be more multiple than I think we've ever seen. We saw a lot of 13 personnel last year. We're going to see 13, 12, and 11 from the Rams this year. And so it really will depend on matchup to matchup, which I think is a really, really cool thing. A lot of potential there if everybody stays healthy. I think Konate Mumfield and Jordan Whittington, you can count as your 3A, 3B, or 3A, like 3A minus, I guess. I don't know, receivers, like they're both the three in the sense that Konate plays more of what Devontae Adams does. So the route concepts you would see Devontae run, Konate would run a similar type or then come into the third receiver role, potentially in 11. However, if they want that player to be a little bit more of a fullback and be able to do some of those things, maybe they're going to go tempo. They don't want to sub in and out. Really want somebody to get their nose in it in the run surface. That's Jordan Whittington's music, right? And then when they want to go pretty much any other personnel, including 11, 12, or 13, Terrence Ferguson is playing every position for them right now. So I really think it's a positive for all three of those players to potentially be like that guy in the 3 spot. And then, we hope there's no injuries, but any one of those guys has taken and will take the next step forward too. I've been really impressed with all three. I have to say, as somebody who's been dying for this team to play heavier personnel out of, those passing concepts, especially out of heavier personnel for like 5 years, I really, really appreciate what I've seen from Terrence Ferguson. I think they're going to play with the spacing that he deploys. He can block. He's everywhere. I just think it's going to be really fun to watch.
We're talking to Jordan Rodrigue, who, among other things, is the senior NFL writer for The Athletic and works on the Rams broadcast team, TV broadcast team. Tomorrow, Jordan will be with J.B. Long and Rob Havenstein at 1 o'clock. You can see that game on TV or you can listen to it here on ESPN LA. Jordan, when I saw James Pierce, the Falcons defensive lineman, get 8 games as a result of the NFL's personal conduct policy, I thought to myself, well, that means Puka Nacua and probably Alaric Jackson are getting at least a game. Do you agree with me? Do you think that I'm connecting dots properly, or does one situation not necessarily apply to the other?
It's a really good question. I honestly don't know, because this is a situation where, like, when all of those news breaks were rolling out, I think it was a week ago, right? I fully expected that we would see some news about that, or and speaking of the athletic side, like you get some texts, start to get the news channels organized, like
right.
Slack, like all of these things, right? And I just don't know. I think for me, I'm very much in wait and see mode on all of this. And I think, you're talking specifically about the Pierce situation, incredibly serious situation that I was surprised was 8 games. I thought there was potential where it could have even been longer. So
really?
I don't know. I don't know what the league talks about. I don't know. I'm not privy to those discussions, but yeah, I think all of us are sort of in wait and see mode with those 2 guys' situations in particular. And in the meantime, it would, if we're, switching over, it's sort of a clunky way to do it. But if you're switching over to like conversations about depth and all these things that a football team has to think about right now, you really are looking for who could potentially be your depth guys should such a situation come up. And David Questenberry has gotten really strong praise from the staff for that potential. Keegan Trost, despite the fact that he had the hamstring injury, he was really making great progress. So kind of got my eye on those guys and that injury recovery as well. I guess we'll just, you guys are in the same boat as I am. We'll just have to see.
Switching gears a little bit. Jordan, can we just announce the Aaron Donald signing already? Can we just do this?
Wait, we all assume it's happening, right? Jordan, you do, right?
Are we trying to go viral today, guys?
Yeah. But at this point, Jordan, are you like us? Would you be surprised if it didn't happen?
Yeah, I would be. And let me be really clear. When I say this opinion, I'm speaking as a reporter for The Athletic.
Yeah, good point.
Let me just be really clear on that.
Don't want to get you fired, yeah.
I'm having a lot of fun doing this broadcast, you guys. So just keep,
I hear you.
I'd like
I
to
hear
keep
you.
doing it.
Yeah.
So it has been my opinion since they made the trade that this is something that was going to happen, because I reported for The Athletic that they tried to trade for Myles Garrett in 2022 in part because that was going to be the Aaron Donald anti-retirement plan. And so this is something they've been talking about for years of trying to get these two together. It's something I think, in my opinion, I think Aaron has always had it in the back of his mind. Certainly Myles Garrett has always admired him from afar as well. I just think it makes too much sense. Fairness be darned for the rest of the league.
Yeah.
I just think it just makes too much sense. And why would anyone rob us of our fun now,
Yeah, good point. Jordan Rodriguez, our guest. Jordan, maybe you haven't done this yet. I know you normally do. But who do you think, if I won't hold you to this, but if you had to today on August 21st, pick a team to come out of the AFC to go to the Super Bowl. I've heard Buffalo. I've heard Baltimore. I've heard Denver. I've heard Houston. One of my friends thinks the Chargers. Not you, Brian Cohen, a different friend. If you had to pick the team to come out of the AFC right now, what's your gut telling you?
Houston Texans, guys. I think, so first of all, I got to spend, earlier this week, I was out there in camp and in their building for a few days working on a couple projects for The Athletic, and that is a professional outfit. I mean, it's really cool to watch how they operate, and specifically on the defensive side of the ball. They're so good at this point that the little things and the tiniest technical details are now their entire obsession within that entire group. And they all really gel together. They like each other. Pound for pound, position for position, it's probably one of the best defenses I think I've ever seen in terms of the roster and the skill set, the ability, the way they move in space, even in the walkthrough. It's got to be one of the crispest walkthroughs I've ever seen. And I saw a lot of Super Bowl Rams walkthroughs back in those days, and certainly now as well. And that team, it's just the real deal. They are bona fide dudes there. And on offense, I just think that they've gotten a lot better. I think they're going to run the ball better. Losing the receiver to the ACL, that's really tough. But, this team has been built to be a little bit more flexible. In those cases, they have a little bit more flexibility with personnel. I don't think a lot of people are talking about the development of Marlon Klein, the tight end that they drafted, along with some of the guys that they already have on the roster. And I think David Montgomery, plus some of the adjustments they've made on the offensive line, are going to be good for them. CJ Stroud, obviously has to continue to bring it and bring that energy and bring that juice, because the defense certainly does. And so I think it's just a really connected team. Every detail matters to them. It's just, you see these teams ascend in this way that is really, really special. And I think the Houston Texans are in the middle of that.
So far, Clint Kubiak has not wanted to name a starting quarterback for the Raiders. Is this just posturing, or is there a chance that they really are looking at giving Fernando Mendoza a shot out there?
Well, I like what they're doing. I might be going counter-thinking a little bit there, but I like that they said at the beginning, we're not going to rush this guy into taking this job on when maybe the rest of the roster isn't quite ready yet. They were really realistic about it with Fernando and also with Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins has a little something to prove as well, that he can maybe overcome some roster deficiencies, that he is that talented to make up for the fact that this offensive line isn't quite where it needs to be, that this run game really struggled last year. And I think it's really a mutual, interesting partnership between all three of these guys, because Clint Kubiak needs somebody who can help set up the rest of the offense and really has the experience to help troubleshoot those things, especially in training camp. I don't always love the whole we're going to drag this out and pretend it's a battle all the way into camp. I think that it's wise that they sort of did this thing when they drafted him, saying, hey, we're not going to play him until he's ready, until we think he's ready, until Kirk Cousins is edged out. And if they haven't seen it so far yet, in all these places where maybe we don't see it, the classroom, on the practice field, just getting a handle on everything as this first-time install gets off the ground and running. For me, it's kind of like, I don't really buy it as even a battle, because they came out and told us right away that it wasn't.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah, so I'm kind of like, I'm just sort of buying what they told us right at the beginning, because I think so far what they're doing is sticking to exactly what they said they would do.
All right, last thing, Jordan, do you have any sense for what the quarterback situation in the Rams is going to be tomorrow? Is Simpson expected to play more than a quarter, more than a series? Is it a lot of Stetson Bennett, or do we just not know until the game starts?
Yeah, well, I mean, we'll find out. It's going to be fun because I was at the joint practices yesterday, and it was a pretty even rep split. I think that was discussed by McVay as well, where I would not be surprised to see this continue to be like a competition to see who's going to be backing up Matthew Stafford. And what I think is really cool is we went from seeing Ty Simpson not really getting very many reps and Stetson Bennett taking on the majority of those backup reps in the early days of camp, now to a joint practice with the Saints, such as it was, where those guys are actually getting a pretty even split. So tune in tomorrow, guys, please. I'll be there.
We will.
We certainly will.
So most of the people in this room are going to be there, Jordan. I'll be watching at home on TV. Hey, keep up the great work.
I can't wait to see you guys. And, hey, you got competition for the J.B. Long fan club, man. I'm coming for your title here.
Good. Well, we're an organization that welcomes all comers, so you got plenty of room. We can be co-presidents. All right, Jordan, thank you for doing this, and have fun tomorrow. I know that's not a problem for you, so have a good time and enjoy it.
Thanks, guys. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Jordan.
See ya. There's Jordan Rodriguez. And coming up next, Marcus has the game for Game of Games. We'll tackle it next, ESPN LA.
Don't miss the countdown to kickoff. Presented by BMO, official bank of LAFC.
Join me, Mario Ruiz, on the next edition of Countdown to Kickoff, presented by BMO, as I talk with MLS legend and former LAFC striker Kai Kamara. Plus, I'll get you ready for LAFC versus Portland Timbers at BMO Stadium. It's Countdown to Kickoff presented by BMO, tomorrow night at 6:30 p.m.
BMO presents Countdown to Kickoff, hosted by Mario Ruiz on ESPN LA.
All right, if building a winning culture was a sport, Mike Capozio's got a championship banner hanging at Rotolo Chevrolet.
Well said, Travis. But it starts with the people. Believe in your team and they'll deliver every time.
And that's exactly what happens. Award-winning dealership, massive SoCal presence. So what's the secret, Mike?
No secret, Travis. No secret at all. Just do the right thing by your customers, give them what they want, make it easy, and stand behind it.
And that is how dynasties are built.
Come see us in Fontana off the 210 freeway at Sierra or online at RotoloChevy.com.
Morongo's giving away a Mustang GT Fastback. It's sleek and turns heads. We already have so much in common. Now your top reasons to visit Morongo.
Walker Hayes is bringing that country stuff to Morongo on the 22nd.
Number 2.
Morongo's Travel Center gas prices are the lowest around.
And the number 1 reason.
We're giving away a 2026 Mustang GT Fastback, the 31st.
Morongo, good times.
So I've got this right. Flat repairs or replacement if needed. Rotations and rebalancing every 5,000 miles, all included with the tire purchase. With paid installation and tax? That's the...
Don't make me say it.
I was going to say it.
You don't say it. You back it up. That's the limited lifetime tire guarantee. Free with every tire purchase.
So they're the...
best around. Nothing's gonna ever keep you down. You're the best.
Midas, the best around.
Okay, all signed up. Easy. Now let's run payroll. What the? Hey girl, I'm you with more gusto. Nice. Who's that? New social media manager. Hired and onboarded with gusto. And spoiler, we're kind of famous now. Wait, we're famous? Oh, well, I'm famous. Payroll, benefits, and HR. Designed and built for small businesses. Choose a future with gusto.
And it is time on Mason and Ireland for the final segment. The final segment of the show, always Game of Games time, presented by the one and only Jacob Emrani.
Call Jacob.
Call Jacob.com. And yes, that new telephone number, 800-345-6789. 800-345-6789.
Hi, this is Jacob Emrani.
Game of Games made possible by the law offices of Jacob Emrani. Let's do it. Game of Games time on Mason and Ireland. Take it away, Mace.
All right, no Mace today. Marcas Grant filling in, and Marcus has the game. And we welcome to the show the one and only Chris Miggy. Geeter, fresh off the sand of the Manhattan Beach Open.
Always a good time.
And into our studios. The last time you and I met head-to-head in Game of Games, you took me down. I didn't forget it.
You did not forget
Marcus, what's the game? So 4 players today.
John, nor did the people of Los Angeles.
Exactly. Brian Cohen, Emily Hebel, John Ireland, Chris Miggy, Marcas Grant is your host. Marcus, what do we got?
So today, August 21st, would have been the 90th birthday for one Wilt Chamberlain. So today's game is all about the Big Dipper.
Okay.
20,000.
That question is not coming up on this one. We left that one out. But
as he scratches it off the piece of paper.
Question number 1. Wilt very famously wore number 13 in college and the pros. What number did he wear while playing at Overbrook High School in Philadelphia? Was it 31, 71, 5, or 25?
Brian.
71.
Emily.
5.
I like 71. Geet?
I did too. I'm going to go 71.
It was 5.
Oh, hey, boom! Emily is on the board.
Why was Wilt wearing 5?
I have no idea. But
how wrong were we picking
John, I
71?
was thinking back then, like center where you're the high jump.
Because he was 7'1". That's what I thought.
There you go.
Okay.
Number 2. During his time at Kansas, Wilt also participated in track and field. Which event did he win at the Big 8 Conference Championships for 3 straight years? Was it the high jump, the 100-yard dash, shot put, or triple jump?
Emily.
Let me go triple jump.
I think she's right, but I'm very tempted to say. I'm going to say it. Shot put. Chris Miggy.
I'm so tempted with triple jump as well, but I'm going to go the 100-yard dash.
Okay, BC.
Shot put.
It was the high jump.
Oh,
we
are
idiots. None of us. Okay.
The high jump. Yep.
We should have probably figured that out.
I mean, he's really tall, right?
Yep,
So,
exactly.
Number 3, in 1968, Wilt won his 3rd straight MVP and his 4th MVP overall, in part by leading the league in rebounds, field goal percentage, and which other category? Was it points per game, free throw attempts, field goal attempts, or assists?
And he only led in one of them.
He led, yes. Of
one of the 4 you gave us.
Yes, one of the 4.
I'm going to go points per game. Geeter.
I'm going to go free throws attempted per game.
Brian.
Points per game.
Emily.
PPG.
Assists.
Oh.
I know he led the league in assists when he played for the Lakers. I didn't think he did back then.
He led it, in Philadelphia. The year they won a championship.
I'm going for lucky losers as well.
Yeah, wow. You guys don't know anything about Wilt Chamberlain, do you?
Well, by the way, 3 of us still alive for lucky losers.
I thought,
and I only have one.
It was too easy. All
right, you're going first this time, Pete.
All right.
Here we go.
In Wilt's famous 100-point game, Al Attles was the Warriors' second leading scorer. How many points did he have that night? 25, 17, 31, or 12?
Geeter.
Not a lot of buckets to go around. I'm going with 12.
Okay, Brian.
I think 17.
Emily.
17.
I'm going 17.
17 is the answer.
Okay.
So Geeter's still alive for lucky loser.
Geeter's the only one alive for lucky loser. You may want to use some strategery
I'm
here,
also not
Geet.
happy right now.
Okay, here we go. Emily has the lead.
Wilt Chamberlain, as I mentioned, wore number 13 at the University of Kansas and as a professional. That number was retired by the Kansas Jayhawks as well as the Golden State Warriors, Philadelphia 76ers, and the Los Angeles Lakers. But was it also retired by the Harlem Globetrotters? True or false?
Brian.
True.
Emily.
True.
I'm going to go false. Geeter.
False.
It is true.
Yes.
Boom.
It was retired by the Globetrotters.
All right, Emily 3, Brian 2, John 1. Geeter, alive for lucky loser. How many are left, Marcus?
Let's see, I got 5 and a bonus.
Okay. We'll keep rolling.
All right. Wilt maintained his fitness and considered a return to professional basketball as late as the early 1980s, mid-1980s even. Which team offered him a contract when he was 50 years old? Is it the Sacramento Kings, the Utah Jazz, the New Jersey Nets, or the Atlanta Hawks?
Emily.
Ooh. Show me the Jazz.
I'm going to go Sacramento Kings. Geeter.
That's what I'm going. They're just dumb enough to do it.
Brian.
I'll take the Hawks.
The New Jersey Nets.
None of us again.
The New
Wow.
Jersey Nets.
None of us again.
All right, getting away from basketball here.
20,000.
20,000. Which of the following movies does not appear on Wilt Chamberlain's IMDb page? Any Given Sunday, The Fish That Saved Pittsburgh, Conan the Destroyer, or The Great Muppet Caper?
Geeter.
Any Given Sunday.
Brian.
The Great Muppet.
Emily.
Fish That Saved Pittsburgh.
I'm going Any Given Sunday.
The Fish That Saved Pittsburgh.
Boom!
Wait,
he wasn't
Wilt
in that?
Chamberlain is in Any Given Sunday?
He's uncredited. I guess he's in he's hanging out in a locker room or something like that, but he has an
on a
uncredited
TV
part.
screen or something? Because he was dead by then.
That's what I thought. I'm actually trying to get these right. So I'm so competitive.
Take it up with IMDb.
All right, did anybody get that right?
Emily got
Emily.
it right.
Em's got a big lead. She's up 4-2 over Brian and 4-1 over me. And Geeter's still alive for
Okay,
news.
so
we had
how
three
many-
left.
3 left.
All right, I got to go opposite Emily. She's
And
going
these,
first.
All
right, here we go.
These are kind of off the wall, so we'll see.
I could clip her this.
What did Wilt name his custom-built home in Bel Air? The Ursa Major, Rancho Bizarro, Dreamland, or the House of Happiness?
Emily.
House of Happiness.
Brian.
Dreamland.
This one's me. What were the other choices besides House of Happiness and Dreamland?
Ursa Major and Rancho Bizarro.
I don't know why you would write Ursa Major if it wasn't the answer. I'll go there. Ursa Major.
Yeah, that's why I'm going to go Rancho Bizarro, because it's not it.
It's Ursa Major.
Yeah.
Because of the Big Dipper nickname.
Okay, so I'm still alive, but there are 2 left, right?
2 left. 2
All right.
left and a bonus.
Brian, you and I both have to go opposite of Emily.
And I need to be wrong.
You need to miss them both. All right, here we go.
Okay. What was one unique feature of Ursa Major? Purple and gold walls, an observatory, no right angles, or doors leading to nowhere?
I happen to know this answer, but Emily goes first. Em?
No right angles.
Unfortunately, she's right. It's no right angles. Brian? Guess one of the other ones. I mean, wait, matter of fact, I'll guess one of the other ones. What's one?
Purple and gold walls, an observatory, or doors leading to nowhere?
Doors leading to nowhere I'll pick, but I think
That's what
Emily's
I like.
right. Brian?
Doors going to nowhere.
Geet?
I'm going Observatory, because he had that for sure.
No right angles.
Yeah,
is
she
the,
got it.
is the correct answer.
Okay, so now Brian and John have been eliminated.
We'll say Geeter got a pass on that one because he knew the answer.
All right. But Em, it's you and Geeter. And Geeter, you need to miss it to stay alive. Here we go.
All right. Because of his advocacy and promotion for this sport, Wilt Chamberlain was inducted into what other sports Hall of Fame? Track and field, softball, volleyball, or swimming?
Emily.
Volleyball.
Geet.
Can I repeat the other ones besides volleyball?
Track and field, softball, and swimming.
Softball.
It is volleyball.
Okay, Geeter's in it. Now.
I knew that.
It all comes down to the tiebreaker.
So I got the tiebreaker here.
All right, here we go. Emily against Geet.
Come on.
All right. How many assists did Wilt Chamberlain have
Don't help
in
him.
his NBA career?
Time out. Do I need to get this one right now?
No. Yes.
Yes.
You're playing to
close
win.
Now you're playing to win. Yes.
All right.
All right, so
you
I'm
want
ready
to
to
give him a range or no?
No.
Okay.
It's going to be closest to the pin.
Closest to the pin.
Okay, here
Closest
we
to
go.
the pin.
Oh, I'm nervous.
So
All
how
right.
many assists did Wilt
In his
Chamberlain have
career.
in his NBA career? Yes.
Okay, Geet, let me know when you have a number.
I don't even know conceptually what even to go for, so if mine is wrong, don't make fun of me.
I don't think Geeter does either.
Yeah, I'm like,
All right,
to put
Geet,
together the
what'd
how
you
many
go
years
with?
did he play?
What do you go? Just give me a number. Any number you want.
2,000.
Shoot. What'd you write, Em?
Oh, I went way higher than that. I went 13,000. Again, no conception.
So Jeter wins. 4,643.
See, I don't even know what it would be.
That's twice twice you've won.
That's wild.
In the last 2 weeks, including a lucky loser
That's
win.
wild.
This is starting to be your thing. That is ridiculous.
Can we play the music?
Yeah. Do you got a song, Brian? I mean,
Wait, he's a song?
Well, this
Everybody.
song.
Oh, this song.
Got it.
Everyone gets this song. And I've been driving around the streets of L.A. for a long time listening to this show. Back-to-back titles. If you're not first, you're last. If you're not first, you're last. And that's what I've learned out here today. And I'm emotional right now.
I demand a range next time. Okay?
Fair enough. Fair enough. We'll do a range
All
next
right,
time.
congrats, Geeter. Good game, Marcus. Little super cross-track. DeMarco and Travis heading in here next. ESPN LA.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. Rams preseason game number 2. Our Rams are hosting the Saints at SoFi, and I'll be calling the action alongside Maurice Jones-Drew and DeMarco Farr. Coverage begins at 11 a.m. with the Toyota Rams countdown to kickoff, and then we'll bring you the play-by-play at 1 o'clock in the afternoon tomorrow on your home for Rams football, ESPN LA.
Get early access to Labor Day savings at George Chevrolet. Hey, it's Chris Morales. Right now, lease a new 2026 Chevrolet Equinox LT for just $179 a month plus tax for 36 months with 4,444 due at signing. Visit George Chevrolet off the 91 freeway, Lakewood exit in Bellflower, or GeorgeChevy.com. Chevrolet, together let's drive. Offers on approved credit through GM Financial and required for Chevrolet lease and household, plus tax, title, license, registration, and government fees. Amounts due and signing include $85 DO doc fee. Vehicle subject to prior sale. Equinox VIN number TL530234. One of each at this price. Offer ends 8/31/2026. Call 866-949-4805.
Rams preseason football is back, and the countdown to kickoff is officially underway. Get your first look at new additions like Myles Garrett and Trent McDuffie, alongside stars Matthew Stafford and Puka Nacua, to experience every game live and enjoy home playoff ticket access, interest-free monthly payment plans, and exclusive stadium event pre-sales. Explore Rams season tickets today. Visit therams.com/2026. Don't miss out on any of this season's action and get your Rams season tickets now.
Fair warning, one Sunday Swagger polo ruins every other shirt in your closet. Hey, it's Chris Morales. Buttery soft, 4-way stretch, prints with an actual personality. Made for golf, approved for the clubhouse, the tailgate, and everything after. 250,000 people already own their Swagger. Buy one, get one 50% off. Code ESPN. SundaySwagger.com. Code ESPN. Buy one, get one 50% off. SundaySwagger.com. Code ESPN.
Hey guys, it's John Ireland. In all my years of covering sports, one thing is for certain. Great teams walk in with a playbook. So why face your family's future without one? Globe Life makes protecting the people you love simple. And with Globe Life, it's never been easier. You can apply for coverage online or with an agent in just minutes. No complicated strategy, just straightforward protection from a name you already trust. Get your free quote today at globelifeinsurance.com.
ESPN AM 710 Los Angeles. It's the greatest segment in LA sports radio history.
Oh my God. When the shows come together for magic on the radio.
It will only grow stronger. Super Crosstalk. It's time for Super Crosstalk.
Whoa. We're telling a hole-in-one story. I was there for Chris McGee's hole-in-one.
Only one in my life.
And the cool thing was, none of us saw it go in. We went up and looked for the ball, and one of us, might have been me.
It was you.
Said, hey, Geeter, just for kicks, look in the hole. And so what I regret is something I've learned how to do because somebody did it for me when I hit my hole-in-one. The second I said, go look in the hole, I wish I would have grabbed my phone and showed it to you.
Because you got my reaction after.
Right. I've got a bunch of great pictures of it. But I was playing with Eric Johnson, the former tight end. DeMarco, you might remember him. Played for the Niners, played for the Saints.
Good player.
He's a golf buddy of mine. He's a great golfer, too. I hit up to a blind green. The ball wasn't on the green, and Eric put 2 and 2 together and pulled out his phone and said, "Go." He goes, "Go look in the hole," and it's all on tape.
Oh, that's great.
Walking up and discovering I have a hole in one. DeMarco, boy, a lot of reaction yesterday to the debate we had about whether or not NFL preseason games are necessary. And you insist that they are, and since you're the only one in this group that played in the NFL, your opinion holds more weight. But how about this? Would you, if you were representing the players and I'm representing the owners, and we start negotiating at the end of this year, if I say to you, hey, I need an 18th game, an 18th regular season game. In return, I'll cut the preseason games down to 1. Every team plays 1, and I'll give you all grass fields in all 32 stadiums.
Oh, done.
Fair deal for both sides?
Yeah, done.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's a good compromise, right?
I was going to say 2, at least 2 preseason games.
Yeah.
Give me 2 dress rehearsals before we go out. You don't need 4, definitely.
Yeah.
3 is pushing it. 2's fine.
Yeah, see, in the NBA, you don't need any, and we're going to play 5 or 6 of them.
You kind of warm into it.
So 18 for the grass field.
8, perfect. You're going to 18 anyway. We all know this. Yeah.
Well, the other thing I think they should do, and Marcus, weigh in on this, because we've been kicking it around all week. I think it's a competitive disadvantage for the Rams and the Niners to have to go to Australia in week 1 and basically log those miles before the season really even starts. I hate international games, always have. I think that they're if you want to play international football, do it in the preseason. I think it's a competitive disadvantage for the teams that have to go. But it's going the other way. I know it's going the other way. There are 11 international games this year. They're talking about moving it to 16, so every team plays 1 international game. If you do that, I think it's fair. Are you on board with that? Either get rid of all of them, which I don't think they'll do, or add 5 more so every team is the same.
Yeah, I mean, I think everybody should have to have that burden of travel at some point during the season. And this is all the way just to grease the chute to eventually putting a team somewhere permanently, right?
I hate that idea even
more.
Whether
it's the Jaguars leaving and going to London or what have you, but that's what this is all leading to.
They don't have to leave to go to London. They're already there.
DeMarco, in my opinion, if you put a team in London, if you put a team in Rome, if you put a team in Barcelona, no players are going to want to play for those teams. They'll go because that's where the money is.
I don't know what the money transfer will do.
Right.
The travel, I think,
would
can
kill
handle it.
You would? You're okay with that travel?
I think you could handle it because the Rams have done it. And you go and you play the East Coast, and then you travel to London.
Yeah.
So if you schedule it properly, it's not such a hardship going over to
We'd complain about different things. It's like you got to go to Mexico City. I had to go to Melbourne. That's not fair.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like we'd find something else to complain about the travel.
Well, but at least
equal.
if all 16 if there were 16 international games, all 32 teams would have to play one, and it would at least balance the scales a little bit.
A little bit, but I mean, not all international trips are created the same. Having to go to Rio is not the same as going to Toronto.
And I know they're not great
it's just
games,
very different.
but like, do you like getting up at 6 a.m. and just having it on?
I do, deeply. And as the host
being a fantasy guy?
You know,
I was going to say, wait a minute. You like getting here at 4 a.m. for a pregame show?
It's over by 10.
You know what? That part I do get.
Yep.
That
right.
part
I didn't think about that. What time are you getting here?
You can't do anything the night before.
That's fine. I get the whole Sunday. I get to watch the whole. As the person that does these games, you are super locked into the Rams game, but everything else that's going on, you kind of miss it. You catch up on highlights and stuff, but when you do get that international
That's a great day
game,
for you.
get a full day of football.
And by the way, he has his martinis on Friday.
That's right.
So by Sunday, he's good.
Yeah. So, DeMarco, what do you expect in terms of quarterback tomorrow? Half of the game, Ty Simpson, half of the game, Stetson Bennett, or we won't know till they kick it off?
That's what I'm expecting. In what order, I don't know. I wouldn't be shocked if Stetson goes out for the first half. It is moving into week 2. You saw what happened to Mendoza, right?
Yeah.
Everything changes one week to the next, especially when they have video. So I'm expecting Stetson and Ty Simpson to struggle some because that's what happens. But the one thing that you want to see is how they react to it. Because Ty Simpson was as cool as a cucumber. It looked like it wasn't too big for him. Now, when they start taking stuff away or sending stuff you haven't seen, let's see how you react. But I would bet they both get a half. I'm not sure who goes out first, though.
I want multiple possessions by both guys.
Yeah.
Fair?
Yeah.
I think it's fair.
Is this totally a terrible idea? I think the answer is yes before I've even asked it. But what about to try to make it as equitable as you possibly can, right? Like, because the guy who starts is likely playing against better competition than the guy who finishes.
Also probably has second stringers rather than third stringers to play with.
Why not you play a series, I play a series, you play a series, I play a series, and just kind of shuffle them back in. So we're both playing against roughly the same competition all game.
I see your point, but DeMarco, you can't get into a rhythm if you're doing that,
so,
right?
Say you and I are platooning.
Yeah.
I go 3 and out, you go 15.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then I got to make that up. So
Okay.
I may
but does that not mean that I did a better job than you did?
Or somebody could have dropped a pass.
Okay.
Or we had a bunch of penalties. So you got to make it even. So give them a half, see what happens. Let them get in the rhythm. Let them struggle. Let them fight their way out of it. That sort of stuff. But yeah, I want to see what happens if they get their clock cleaned. How are you going to react to that? You know what I mean? And you're at home. You handled the road pretty good. Let me see if you can handle the home crowd.
Getting your clock cleaned in the preseason, does it matter?
Well, I thought it was
Ask
important.
Jackson Dart. I don't
Yeah.
know.
I thought
No,
it was
I'm not talking about like physically getting butted, but I'm talking like, let's just say they go out there and they lose to the Saints tomorrow 31-10. Okay, who cares?
All right, so let me.
Oh, not score. I mean, get hit.
Oh,
get up.
oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I
get your
misunderstood.
clock
I
cleaned.
misunderstood.
All right, let me get your guys' opinion on this. We talked about it earlier in the show. Tonight, supposedly, Dodger fans are planning on giving a standing ovation to Kyle Tucker when he comes to the plate to show support because he's had such a miserable season. The Philly fans did this for Trey Turner. It worked. Netflix did a documentary about it. It was kind of cool, like how it started and what happened. I would argue, Trav, you and I have lived in Los Angeles for the majority of our adult lives. We both had detours for a few years.
Both in Southeast Texas.
Yeah, exactly. But I can't see this working. Marcus had a good point. First of all, nobody shows up till the third inning.
I heard you say that.
That is a good point.
And even if they do get it together, I can't see it being more than a couple of people in each section.
Yeah.
Like in Philly where they're fanatical, it was like 10,000 people. I'm thinking if we get 100 people to do anything, call to action, it would be. I just don't think it's going to work. Do you agree or disagree with me?
I agree with you because I think that the ethos of the Philly fan versus the ethos of the LA fan are very different.
Right.
The Philly fans are so nasty that them saying, hey, listen, man, we're pulling for you, get your act together, means something. This would feel incredibly sarcastic, quite frankly. That's because we're not a booing people for the most part. Like we're very indifferent.
We don't even care.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Like,
so
literally, most Dodger fans get there in the second inning and leave in the seventh.
Which honestly made it such a big deal in that Milwaukee series when they did boo Kyle Tucker. Like that lets you know that Dodger fans were really at the end of their rope with this
They
guy.
were going bad. He was going worse, and they coincided at exactly the right or wrong time, depending on how you look at it. He's having.
I know. The other thing I was going to ask you: you have always been Paul Skeens' biggest fan.
I've been waiting for you to ask me this.
He's really been struggling. No, I want him to do well. I actually the Dodgers aren't going to see him. He pitched yesterday, so he's not going to pitch in this series. But Trav, he's broken. Something's going on there. Would you have any reservations about signing Skeens to one of those mega deals? Like you said, whatever he wants, give him a blank check.
Yes. No, I wouldn't. I would still do it.
You're still okay with him?
From what he was when he was at his best to where he is now, there's no other explanation other than he's hurt. You know what I mean? Like there has to be something going on with his body that's not responding the way that it's supposed to, and they know how to fix that stuff. So I think that whenever he gets right, he'll go right back to being Paul Skeens. They all break.
Pay him.
I would, whatever he wants, he still gets from me.
Okay. John, can I be okay with the sentimental moment at Dodger Stadium tonight where everyone shows a little bit of love? Kyle Tucker, and maybe it's a good thing, and he has a good game.
Of course, but
then
from
there on,
do you believe
I think he's battling a mental
clearly,
but hurdle that is.
You've lived in Southern California your entire life.
My entire life.
You wouldn't be stunned. I mean, like stunned. If 10,000 people got on their feet and gave Kyle Tucker a standing ovation.
It's happening tonight, John.
I hope you're right. I hope you're right. I'm going to go home and get all my stuff done.
And I want you to text me and tell me I'm an idiot. Tell me I'm right.
You could say the same thing to me.
If you guys were Kyle Tucker, would you not be embarrassed by that?
I would hate it. I
know you would. I understand that.
You can't say that you hate it.
Does it feel little leagueish?
Yes.
Little leagueish?
It feels like you're so lost that with the last thing we can do is lie to you.
But can we say, like, hey, man, we still got your back, Travis?
Walk up to me after the game. I'm Kyle Tucker. You're a reporter. What are you asking me?
What did you make of the standing ovation on your first at-bat, Kyle?
It was really cool. Let's call this what it is. I haven't had the season I was expecting, that the fans were expecting. The fact that they would show support to a guy hitting 230, it means a lot to me. And I hope I can make them, maybe it'll snap me out of whatever this is. But that was really cool for them to do that.
You still went 0 for 5.
Yeah. Okay, now click. The tape recorder's off. Now what are you thinking?
I've never been more embarrassed in my life.
Listen, I've never been more attracted to John. That was an amazing answer. John, I got one question. It's fast.
Yeah, go.
We are doing a draft today.
Yeah.
That's what we do on Fridays.
Yeah.
It's our game of games. It's the greatest thing on radio. SNL cast members. If you had the number one pick, you've gone to more SNL tapings than anyone I know. If you had just one pick to take one cast member for your whole life.
Easy.
Okay.
Eddie Murphy.
It's got to be.
Yeah.
He's got to be, hands down, the
greatest
101.
And you're right, Geet. I'm the biggest fan of SNL ever. It was the first show. It came out in 1975 when I was 12 years old. And even when I was 12, I didn't sleep.
Yep.
And since it was Saturday, my parents would let me stay up. I think I've seen every single episode. And there have been immensely talented people to come out of there. Adam Sandler, Tina Fey, Kate McKinnon. Eddie Murphy's the biggest star ever to come out of SNL, and his first year there, he was 19 years old.
Wow. Do you still watch it on Saturday night, or do you catch it on YouTube or Peacock or whatever?
I not only watch it on Saturday night, Trev, I watch it. I get East Coast feeds, and I watch it at 8:30.
You don't mess around.
All right, DeMarco Travis with Chris Miggy.